Good.
What a way to start the stream.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Someone to say, excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming through. Welcome to...
Let's get it.
I'm so
The
sorry.
burping podcast.
I'm so sorry.
It's a podcast about gases, okay?
Mhm.
Where you got them, how long they last. Is it a one-off? Are they often?
My
Let us know down below, okay?
bad.
But yes, we'd like to welcome our special guest today, Krystalogy.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing today? Hello.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have like a couple things to talk about.
Yes.
But even though, we know you, right? But go ahead and introduce yourself to our peoples that are watching. Some of them may not know you.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Krystalogy. I'm a variety content gamer, creator, person. I stream on Twitch. I post YouTube videos, movie reactions, and like gameplay videos. I post on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Krystalogy at Krystalogy TV, and then on YouTube and Twitter at Krystalogy.
Yay!
Let's go.
No?
Be sure to check her out. So I wanted to start with and this is something I want to kind of start doing more often, these icebreaker questions that have nothing to do with what we're talking about a lot of times.
Okay.
Although I see there's one about zombies and, sometimes we talk about zombies, right? That happens. But I'm going to start with the first one. And this one, I'm interested to hear what your answer would be. And this would, mind you, put it as if you currently do not have a relationship. That's how we're going to preface this question. Okay.
Mhm.
So what is one article of clothing that someone could wear that would make you walk out on a date with them?
Oh.
They wear
Turtleneck.
this and you're just a turtleneck?
He ain't got no neck. He hiding something under there. He got...
But it's
She's
so
like, you're trying to
classy,
protect yourself?
The chain, and then the nice pants, and then they look, look
want
good in the
Bichon?
shirt. Like imagine a Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vision. Yeah,
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, exactly.
Bichon, yeah.
That look. That's a look. Yeah.
It was different. I looked
It
at it and I
was.
was like, that looked nice. And I
It
told
does.
you when we were watching, I was like, this looks nice right here.
Right. As long as he doesn't have a fanny
No,
pack, then I'm
Yeah.
okay. He don't pull the fool of the rock from his
Why y'all
early
think a
days.
fanny pack? You can have your little chapstick, you know what I'm saying? Car keys in there.
I act like y'all need to carry stuff. Y'all don't be carrying nothing.
Right.
Not at
Man,
all.
what you talking
A
about?
wallet,
That's
your
it.
phone. That's what y'all carry.
That's
it.
crazy. We can't even carry stuff no more.
Right.
All right, Jazz, what's an article of clothing that would make
Okay,
you walk out on a date?
So you probably won't know that this person's wearing it until like maybe at the end of the day. But like if you're wearing like those little speedo like underwear, like
Oh.
where it's like dance song, those have
Oh.
always been creepy to me. Like
Oh,
I never like those. I'm like, so if
They
I
are-
see that, nah.
Like
Oh,
that
the question
Matthew
was walk
McConaughey.
out? Like we don't want. I thought like we're going to go on a date if they wear it.
No,
But
if
see,
they're
that-
on the
that,
date,
like-
you're like, you see this article of clothing and you're like, I'm
out.
Say like we at a beach, right? Say we at a beach, that's our date, and like
Yeah.
you're
Oh.
dance song, speedo, that's it. I'm going home.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Oh wait, then can I change my answer?
yeah.
Okay. Then turtleneck was a plus. That was a good, not bad.
Oh, okay.
I think a bad for me would be like high waters and then your ankles ashy.
Okay.
On top of that,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, ooh, you don't put lotion on. Yikes. Yeah.
So mine is kind of a little bit off of yours, but it's they're the sandals, like when you're a kid, the sandals that kind of like are enclose your whole foot, right?
the Velcro sandal.
They're Velcro, yeah, and then there's an adult version of that. So if they're wearing like a brown version of those, right, but their feet are ashy at the
Oh,
same
the
time.
Oh.
You talking about the grilling shoes? The alligator
Right.
stuff?
Alcohol, why don't you grill in flip flops? Why you got sandals on?
Wait, hold
Yo,
on. but the
Dwayne
sandals
is
feel
personally
comfortable.
offended.
Right? You got a pair of
I
those.
feel
You about to throw
offended,
them
right? I feel offended. Every person you know that cook the grill has those on, and now
Has
you're gonna
those
disrespect
too.
it?
No, not no flip flops.
She
In
said you can
Florida,
cook my
they
food, just don't go on a date with me.
in flip flops.
What
Yeah,
if he-
yeah.
what if he-
If
what
you
if-
hook
like-
up the food, you know,
Well,
the
that's
ashy
what I'm saying.
feet.
What if he
I don't
had
know.
work, right, and he just couldn't change, and he had to come to the date with his alligator toes out? And you want to rock with him? You want to rock with him?
And he's ashy. You was
No,
at
you
work
can
all
only
day. You
put
could
it
wash
on
your
the
feet.
feet
Oil
real
down.
quick
They
and make
grease
sure
down.
it's nice and moisturized.
Moisturized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know.
They're tough, especially the brown ones. Like if you did the black ones and you're trying to have a little bit of style, I can forgive that. But if you have like the
Brown is
regular
not style.
brown ones, no.
Brown ain't got no drip now? What is going on with y'all today? Brown
No,
not got no drip
black
now?
got the
That's
drip.
crazy.
Black got
Okay,
the
so
drip.
what's your answer, Dwayne?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if I was on a date and I don't know I don't know. Like girls can rock anything and look good in them. So like she could literally wear a headband and LeBron James jersey, and I'll be like, let's go hoop. Like, after this, what you trying to do after this? Like I don't know. Like that's hard to choose, man. Girl, women look good at everything, man.
Let me think. What would be something that I would be mortified to be wearing? And then
Right, yeah, that's a good question. What was
Yeah.
y'all like if y'all like if your friend you lost a bet and you had to go
Yeah.
on a date
Oh,
and y'all had
gosh.
to wear the worst outfit possible, what would it be? Like your friend, like like what would be y'all like?
I think like a mascot costume because I have like a bear costume that I bought like to do like a dance music video that's like ages ago on my channel. If I had to wear that, then I would be mortified. And if
I think
this
I'd
person
be scared more than mortified. I'd be like, yo, what's going on? This spot
would you stay? Would you stay on that date if someone
I don't
walks
know.
in
I'd
and
be
she's
like,
like,
hold on.
"Hi, I'm your date," and she's got the bear suit on?
I'd be like,
Oh
take
my
the mask
God.
off. What you trying to get into?
What about you guys? What would be something you'd be mortified to wear that you think would scare off your date?
Well, you know those like dresses that kind of just like have no shape. They're just like straight
Oh, the two
Oh.
t-shirt, boxy.
Yes.
I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those.
I call them like tent dresses because they don't fit to your form at all, and it just
Mhm.
looks like
Yeah. It's
Is that what it's called? Tent
Exactly.
dresses?
That's what I
it
call
could
them,
be
'cause it
legit.
feels
I got like
That's what I
straight dress, something like that. Something my mom would probably buy me.
Yeah.
oh, someone in the moo department.
I probably would never wear, and I probably still to this day would never wear like those kitten heels, like
Oh
it's
yeah.
like it's a short heel, but it's heels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
like this long. I would never. I might
Yeah.
as well just go barefoot.
They
What's the
just-
point of the heel.
They make
If
the
it's this
sound.
small?
It's not really that. They're not really
I
that
feel
comfortable.
like I'm going to church to play the
Mhm.
organ. Like I would never wear these. Like never in my life.
The organ
So-
specifically, not the new piano, not a keyboard.
Yeah,
the organ.
the organ. Right.
Like that's you're gonna be busted out.
I cannot. I just cannot be caught in that.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But that was a great, a great start. I will ask the second question because that was fun. I want to hear what you guys have to say. But the zombie apocalypse is coming. All right.
Mm.
Who are 3 people you want on your team that are not in this call
Awesome
right now?
anyway.
Yeah, not in this call right now. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And they
Can
could
it
be
fictional?
anyone. Yeah, living, dead, or alive, fictional, real.
Okay.
Mm.
3 people you want on your team. This is a good question.
This is a good question. Okay, I got
Ooh,
one. It's
I got
out of the
one.
box though.
I
It's out of the box though.
okay,
Wait,
hold
you
on.
want to? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
get
go ahead.
your 3. Get your 3. Let me.
I'll
But
get 3.
I do have one.
Shoot.
I do have my one. Okay. Who's
Damn, 3? Mm.
Yeah, 3. I got one
Three.
that I think is pretty solid.
Mm.
I know one for sure that'll get me out of stuff.
Right. And I wonder if we're gonna come across the
It's
same.
not a real person.
Ooh, I got 2. I got my 2.
Okay.
These 2, I like. Do I need a third person? Who's the third?
Okay, I think I got my 3.
Go ahead. Who's your 3?
All right, Bill Gates.
Oh.
Why you need
Bill Gates. Whoa,
Hold on.
wait! I told you
No,
I was out there. I told you I was out there. First
Oh,
of
so
all,
he was your
Okay.
first one? Okay.
my first one is Bill Gates.
Wait,
Hold
name
on,
your
let
list
me
and then I
explain.
want to hear your whys in
Let
a
me
second.
explain.
Who's the
Let
other
me
2 people on your list?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
The Rock. You feel me?
Okay.
I know
Right?
why.
Come on now. Yeah, come on. He's a Dwayne. He's a full Dwayne. And then Vin Diesel, family, baby.
Oh.
He knows about family. He's a family man. He'll get everybody camaraderie together so we can work together and fight the zombies and stuff. Whoa, what you talking about, Jab?
No, I thought you
oh.
were going to say you guys going to give everyone coronavirus. I don't know why.
Oh, that's
but
what you were
was
thinking.
gonna
I
say
was
that.
thinking a different together. Y'all gonna have a fun time.
All right. But yeah, them three: Bill Gates, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and Vin Diesel. That's my top three.
So why Bill Gates?
Okay, Bill Gates. First of all, we're not gonna talk about how obscenely rich he is, but he has like a secret bunker. You know, them rich people be having secret doomsday bunkers.
Oh
So
my
if I'm homies with Bill,
True.
I'd be like, yo, Bill, you know, you got the PlayStation 6 down there. And, you know what I'm saying? We got treadmill. I know you got the arsenal, baby. So hook your boy up. Let me get in that bunker, and we can just watch movies till we die. So that's why my boy Bill gets number one. That's it.
Okay. So I from your list, I would The Rock. I think he makes sense, and Bill Gates I would take over Vin Diesel for
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's you know, you gotta have your little what's them things called, them you know, like you know, embassies, the people that like talk to other people, your negotiator. Vin Diesel seemed like he would be a good negotiator. Like
I can see that. I can see that because of the issues that happened between Tyrese and The Rock and stuff, and he seemed to be a mediator.
Yeah, liaison.
Mediator. Okay.
Right, he'd be good. I think he'll be really good. So you have your buff, your smarts, and your person that can talk to other people, negotiator. Let's get it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What about you guys? Have you guys figured out who your people are yet?
I only got like one. And I think it's a good, it's a fictional one. You know, Bruce Wayne. I feel like he's rich. He's strong. He's fine. So, you know, like,
you got a lot.
It's a full package, you know.
Yeah,
like, I got somewhere to stay. I got someone to beat someone up for me. You know, I won't be bored. You know, it's a fun time.
You won't be bored. Not at all.
Yeah.
You got to heal the bruises first, though. You got to heal the bruises first.
True. But yeah, that's all I can really think of. Well, oh yeah, scream. Oh yeah, he got his issues. He got trauma, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? Wait, what's
the sad
Batman?
one? The
There's
sad
a
ones
lot
can
of
be
different
good.
ones. Which one?
Oh, which?
That's a good question.
I like the Robins. I didn't like.
What's your favorite Robin? I like Nightwing. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Favorite person. I've got three. None of them are real.
Okay.
But my first one. Okay.
Oh,
it's gonna be my first one.
Okay. Did you just buy that?
Okay.
No. I actually had this. I had this for a while. This is from the Infinity War batch. So I had this for a while. But when I was like getting, you know, because my daughter's bed is right there and her dresser is behind this green screen. And I was getting clothes for her to wear today. And I saw this. I was like, oh, crap, I have this. It's there. I was like, yeah, you're going to come to the podcast today with me. But yes, Winter Soldier would be number one, right? And this is Winter Soldier, like Civil War Winter Soldier, you know, around there. Or Winter Soldier. Actually, Winter Soldier, right there. In that movie, in the Winter Soldier movie, when he was doing the knife tricks, jumping, grabbing steering wheels and all that stuff, that Winter Soldier.
So you want a man that complies. Okay, I see what you're doing with.
Well, that's not it, but he was kicking so much butt in that movie that I have no worries about whether he can protect me. Save me. My second is Ahsoka, okay? She got that dual-wielding lightsabers. She can catch a lot of zombie heads while Winter Soldier's like grabbing them and crushing their skulls with this metal arm and all that stuff, okay? My last one would be Thor. But in the
right, did you hear? Did you see it?
Oh my god!
But specifically, Thor Ragnarok Thor or Endgame Thor not Endgame, Infinity War.
At the beginning of the movie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Infinity War Thor.
Eye patch Thor?
No, not Endgame. I meant Infinity War. Infinity War Thor or Ragnarok or Thor.
Oh, you can't show no love to Fat Thor? That's what
I was saying. That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's not. The fact that he's fat is not a problem, but he wasn't trying to do nothing. He just want to play video games. There's a zombie apocalypse, bro. You got to fight some people, okay? He could be fat and fight. If he was fat and fighting, then I'd be all right, okay? But he was like, I'm going to eat sprayed cheese and play Fortnite and yell at kids all day. And that's not helping me in a zombie apocalypse.
He's still strong.
He's strong, but he ain't trying to fight.
He's still
if the zombies come, he's still a guy that's eating Cheese Whiz and playing video games on zombies.
He can't.
But he can't play video games with you though. You like video games? Y'all can
There's
play
a zombie apocalypse happening. We don't have time to yell at kids on Fortnite. The zombies are coming.
Barrier. They can't get past that.
No, I want Infinity War Thor after he got the axe, the battle axe, and he's like flying across the border, and the lightning's just like getting them all at the. That's the Thor that I need during a zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
Because he could protect me and help me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Jazz,
All
over
right.
you.
So mine are all fake people. So
Same.
number 1 is Mirko from My Hero. Dwayne knows why. 2 is Dr. Stone from the anime. Dr. Stone. He will help me rebuild society after we get this all done. And 3 is Genie from Aladdin.
Oh,
Wait.
I can
Hold
wish
on.
whatever I need up, and that second wish will always be I want 3 more wishes.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! You might as well wish the apocalypse away, Jazz. See that? Leave it to Jazz and cheat,
one
right?
of his rules was that you couldn't wish for more
Yeah,
wishes.
that's one of his rules.
Shoot. Well, he'll entertain you with some songs. I'll think
Yeah.
of 3 useful things. I'll think of 3 useful things in this apocalypse. Dr. Stone will help me build whatever I don't have. And then Mirko will fight off the zombies while we're doing all that.
Okay. I'm gonna be real. If there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd probably just lay down and die because that's too much work for me. But yeah, I think everyone had some good choices. I think the reason why I only chose one is because I don't even think I'm gonna make it that long. I'm just gonna. If it's my time, it's my time.
Will last as long
Oh
as
my
Batman
God,
can last,
fight
and after that,
Okay.
Like it depends with zombies though. Like Walking Dead zombies, I think I'm cool with those. Like
Because they don't be running at you.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like the surprising. They are.
Now if it was
it's World War Z, right?
Yeah,
nah, forget it.
Oh,
Yeah, you might be dead.
I'll be right
Lots
there
of
with Krista, just laying there. Go ahead, just take me.
Yeah,
World War
at
Z.
this point.
Yeah. If I didn't figure out the whole sickness thing, because if I figured out the sickness thing, no, quickly get me AIDS, something. That'll
Give me AIDS.
no,
Why
because
would I
that's
get
how
AIDS?
World War Z. It was the zombies wouldn't attack you if you had a terminal disease because they didn't feel like you were a prime candidate for them to kill.
No, so you just don't want cancer. You just go straight for AIDS though. Like that's your.
No, they. Oh wait, you need one.
thought it
No,
was just
they have a
in
cure for it. It's
You
not,
just need
it's
one.
not
Shit,
confirmed.
get tuberculosis real quick. You said
That's
AIDS.
true. That's true. I just thought of what came to my mind. Okay, that's the first thing that came. I'm old. Okay,
Maybe the flu or something. You said
the flu's not enough.
100, Steve.
The flu's not enough. The flu's not enough. But I went to hardcore. I was like, hardcore. What can I get so they can leave me alone? So that's what I would. So going on to our next thing for today.
It's a great way to start the podcast.
Right, great way to start it off. E3. They recently announced that they're going to be doing a digital event in June. Right, I think I had the date.
You still got paid for it too.
June
you still got paid for it.
No, actually,
I thought they said it was
they
free.
debunked that. It's a free event.
it's
Yeah,
free?
somebody.
Okay.
Was
Yeah,
that a rumor or they switched it up?
E3
I saw
actually
something about
posted it
that
because
day.
so what happened was there was a guy that was interviewing game developers that would be working at, or not attending, but I guess presenting, or they were involved with E3, and that person put out an article, and they were saying that they suspect it's going to be some type of pay structure. E3 tweeted their tweet with a quote saying it will be free. So, don't worry about that.
Okay.
They were like, let's correct it. If you're going to tell it right.
Free,
That's what
it's
they
for
said.
me.
Right. So it's going to be a free event. It's from June 15th to the 17th. And it's going to be a digital event. They're planning to have like presentations and things like that. Not press conferences as we know press conferences, but maybe panels and things like that, as it is a digital event, right? The question that I want to know, because I know I've been to have you guys been to E3 before or anything like that?
No,
I
want to.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but now that's crashed.
Christine, go ahead and get us up. Just let us go.
To go to E3. Well, now it's digital, so we could go to E3 for sure this year. We could all go.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when COVID's over, let's do it. I'm down.
No. When COVID's over, I'm gonna. Well, we'll see. Let's see how it is when COVID's over. What over really means. Maybe I need to call Winter Soldier, Ahsoka, and Thor when COVID's over. We'll see. Mm-hmm. With everybody with the medications going out, we'll see. But yes. I definitely would love to go to E3, and E3 was definitely like somewhat a coveted event that if you were a gamer or a content creator, you really wanted to go to, or even if you were impressed in regards to gaming, because you have these events, you have all these big, gaming companies coming. You had Nintendo, you had PlayStation, you had Xbox, you had a bunch of indie games and all the ones in between and things like that. And it's a massive, was, because now I don't know what's going to happen, but it was a massive convention that was over the few of 3 days, and it was at the LA Convention Center, and that place was ginormous, okay? It was ginormous. I did get to go one year, and it was amazing, and it was so much fun. And the last time I went, I think was the last year PlayStation actually was there, because after that, they said they pulled out. So the question that I wanted to ask you guys was that since before COVID happened, PlayStation pulled out, Nintendo pulled out. They were doing their Nintendo Direct. They still had like a booth there, but they didn't do the press conference like how they used to, which were so awesome to watch. And I always wanted to go like live while they were there. But they both pulled out. Then COVID happened, and everybody's been doing their own digital things. Xbox has been doing digital things. Square Enix just had one. EA just had one. Ubisoft had one last year. With everybody going to digital, do you think that E3 will ever be the glorious convention that it was before, or do you think from now on it'll forever be digital?
I'm pretty sure that if COVID does get better and like we could see people in person, then I think they would do it, because that's a lot of money. First of all, there's a lot of money everywhere around. Like the vendors get a lot of money. People get to go out because the ticket sales, food, it's a lot of chances for a lot of things to get money. So I think they would still hold it. But I would be going everywhere with a mask. So until I'm 100% sure.
So it was something before that was spread between the, I think 3 or 4 rooms at the convention center in these large, ginormous rooms. If they were to be an in-person event, do you think they would try to go to that scale again, or do you think what is your vision on if they were to do it again? What would that look like in regards to scale?
So I'm like thinking like, okay, I'm thinking COVID be over by at least 2022, 2023 for sure. And then I think people love like in person, like the in-person experience is like something you can't. That's why people still go to NBA games, NFL games. It's just something you can't beat. And especially because I remember when we didn't go to E3, but it made us want to, because they just started dropping heat and you get to see it in person. It's just like a different type of energy. Yeah, you get to play the game, actual demo of the game, and you get to see the reveal in person. It's just like a different experience. So I think it's gonna make its way back. I think they should just do both. Honestly, have a digital preview, a live version, and then have the one for the people that's actually there. But it's definitely gonna come back, I think, because I don't know. The companies might say it's better for us to just have. Well, I don't know, because you guys think it's better to like have, like, say if I'm like a gaming developer and there's like a really hyped game and I'm saw before them and then they're ready to see this. Them eyeballs might help my game pop off. I don't know.
I remember when PlayStation pulled out, when everybody was like, "Oh my god, sacre bleu!" Like everybody was upset that they pulled out, and some other devs were saying we understand why, because it actually cost them a lot of money to put up a booth there, to fund people to work, because a lot of the times they hire people. It's not like a person who's actually from the company. You might have one person from the company, but a lot of times at E3 they hire an agency that staffs people to run the booth and things like that for them. So doing all of that costs them money, and it so a couple of people were like, hey, I think I might skip too, because it is extremely costly for them.
That's different then. That's kind of stupid. Why would I hire somebody else that has nothing to do with my company to show them these games. What the hell?
Exactly.
I would say that seems good for Sony though, because like they ended up making like their own digital like events and stuff, and then so did Nintendo, and then so did Microsoft. So it's like everybody was just like, why do we need E3? We just do it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do it ourselves. That's the thing.
Them to hold us, so might as well.
Yeah, what does E3 have to offer us though? Now I'm thinking about what does E3 have to offer? The space?
Yeah,
right.
Because like
you rent the
experience.
You rent the space. Yeah.
You rent the space, yeah. Because if you think about it,
it,
E3 has to rent the convention center. So everyone that's hosting a booth has to rent the booth space to rent. So even those vendors, they have to rent that space to try to sell things or try to, and food trucks, they have to, obviously outside of limit or permits and licenses and things like that, they have to also rent that space. So they have there's money that they have to put into it to and a lot of these devs, they don't get anything back from it, honestly, because they don't sell games. A lot of times you're just playing games, so you got to pay.
It's just a showcase,
right? It's a showcase type of situation. So a lot of the times they don't actually, I don't think any of the devs make any money unless they're selling a merch item. But I don't remember seeing that. Actually, I remember PlayStation, they did have like a bus thing that you could buy stuff from outside. And the line was so long that I don't think that the money that they gained from that would offset the costs that they had to pay to be there. Because the line was so long, a lot of people more likely didn't get to buy anything. It was very limited. And it's this very narrow bus that you had to walk through to buy stuff. So
man, I just buy stuff online. You see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like, especially since PlayStation, Xbox, gaming has boomed over COVID. Like the numbers have gone up. You don't really need these conventions to bring eyes to PlayStation anymore, or like Xbox. They have eyes. So I think, in reality, it makes more sense for them to not participate in E3 going forward. And I think E3 maybe be better catered to smaller companies and developers, but then that's why you have PAX. So I don't know.
That's true.
Very true.
So then I don't know.
The more you guys talking about, the more I'm like, actually, no.
Well, now that you say it,
I'm like, E3 about to die. They're pretty much dead. I mean,
I don't know.
That's why I was like, that's why when I read the article, when I saw about it on Twitter, and I was like, I don't think you're gonna be the great glorious thing you used to be, because people were dropping out. Nintendo dropped out first, and everybody was like, "Oh, Nintendo." Then PlayStation dropped out, and everybody was like, "Oh,
that was a big
PlayStation."
one.
Yeah, that was a huge one. And then COVID happened, and they canceled last year. Xbox was like, "Yeah, we weren't gonna go anyways." I'm like, well, it doesn't matter; it's shut down. And now everybody's doing it. These people that I don't know. I think Bethesda. Well, now Bethesda's under Xbox or Microsoft now, so that'll be married together. But Square, like the individual, like EA, they had Ubisoft did theirs, which in E3 EA has like an EA Play thing, which is a couple days that they normally host. But everybody's going digital.
I don't think. I think E3 is dead. Like, now that you're like talking about it, because I think the companies are just gonna have their own own in-person events that they could do if they wanted to. Like,
also true.
Like, I was like, man, I don't know. I got to rent a space when I could just probably host it at my own corporate facility that I own and don't have to pay for, and just give y'all the parking lot and put a tent over it, or just, I don't know, shoot, they E3's dead. Like,
I feel like they could save it, like if they turn it into something else. Like, I was thinking like maybe E3 could be like the new video game con, where where people dress up at different anime conventions and stuff as anime characters. Like, it could be the same thing, but for video games maybe. And
that's what PAX is.
Sell stuff. Yeah, they could sell be a bigger PAX, be a bigger PAX, where people really
farther than just indie games.
Yeah, just indie, and just be celebrating the video games and selling stuff from there. Or you get special stuff there when you go. Maybe I don't know. But that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, that's
true. Let's save it. And then also whenever the world does reopen, right? I don't think that. Well, you know what? I was gonna say I don't think that it's gonna be like this. They open it and all the cattle's just running out, ready to go. However, I do live in Florida, And when you go to the mall, you would think that COVID didn't exist. It's just everybody's there with masks
I know.
on.
Y'all wild.
Y'all bucking wild over there.
Like,
spring break videos.
Oh yeah,
I saw the spring break videos. Y'all over there.
I didn't see anything about
I'm
spring break, but I saw the
surprised.
Super Bowl. Like they had, because the Super Bowl was in Tampa this year, and I know that they in the seats they had it spaced out, right? But the after party when Tampa won, there was a picture of Ybor City, and Ybor City is like literally adjacent to like downtown Tampa. It's really, really close to downtown Tampa, and it was one street. And there was mad people all in the street, elbow to elbow, no masks on, drinks in the cup. Like, oh, we won, let's turn up. But I'm like, oh, COVID, don't turn up. But it was on the news when the picture was like and I don't know if the newspaper thought about it, because the newspaper that posted it was like, yeah, Tampa won. But I'm like, look at these people. No one's got a mask on. Forget that Tampa won. Everybody's gonna get COVID. Like,
I saw people twerking in the streets.
Yo, the Miami pictures,
Right,
videos. I'm like, whoa, you guys are crazy.
Wow. I'm like, yo, they gonna come home and be surprised. That
Yeah, for real.
so with that happening, if they do PAX and not PAX, but E3, they like open it up. It could be,
a convention,
a lot of
a big
people.
convention.
It could be.
Maybe it might be like that first time when you finally get to go outside after you've done your projects, your homework. You just buck wild with it. I think the first E3 will be like that. Everybody just going just because they can finally go out, and then after that, they'll probably like
die off.
Die down. I wonder because if everybody's still stuck inside for a while, or if like they have different things, it might just continue to be like the buck wild, like cut loose place to go is E3.
I wouldn't mind that. Yes, go. Let me stop.
Let's go. But yeah, moving on to our next thing, it would be kind of like it doesn't have to be a deep dive, right? And one of these, I don't know if anybody else has played, but we're kind of some of the games that have come out between this week and last week, and how you guys felt if you played it, what were your thoughts, things like that. So we'll start off with Outriders, because I know we played that. What are your thoughts, your pros and cons? I know we kind of talked about it that day because there was a lot of frustration that day. Okay, which is Thursday. All right, Dwayne's like,
you got what to say, Dwayne?
Yeah, we do that day. As far as the good and the bad. Okay, the bad costs us an hour of time. But what are your thoughts? We'll go. Dwayne, you were shaking your head the most. Go ahead, you start off.
Yeah.
It was just a game. All right, so the powers, I love it. Like you could be an earthbender, firebender, time bender, heel bender. The powers look really cool. I I love skill trees, so it's the skill tree real thick. The powers, you still have to earn them and they get stronger and you can match them. I like that. It's a looter shooter, so basically a looter shooter is like you play the game over and over and you get better gear and power up and get more powerful. I love games like that. That's a time consumer, so I need that for COVID. And those are the pros. The cons is you can't even get in the damn game.
Ooh.
The server
Starting off.
They were going that today. I saw them tweet about that
again. Yeah,
because
people
people were getting attacked though. Like they're devs and community.
Yeah, and that's a little. You can't control servers.
I thought was ridiculous.
Wait, what do you mean?
Game. So they're like, oh yeah, these servers
sending
need
them like bad stuff, like harassing them, and because they can't play the game because they can't sign on, which they're trying to fix right now. And so people are sending them death threats and saying all this bad stuff to them, which is then trickling down into their offices with their bosses telling them that they're doing a bad job. They're trying their hardest.
Right, the pressures and things like that. Okay, I want to say this on behalf of the Party Chat podcast. Okay, stop being an idiot sending death threats to people when things don't work. All right, I get if somebody is harassing you and you may say something back to them, or someone's bullying you and you may say something back to them. But if a company makes a game or an actor plays a part and it doesn't go the way you want it, don't send them death threats. Like your
Last of
time
Us,
could be better.
lang.
Right.
Last of Us 2.
Yes.
Chill, bro. Chill.
My
Star Wars
goodness.
movies. Literally,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
everything.
Everything.
People take stuff way too seriously. It's never that deep. It's a movie. It's a game.
Right.
You know, focus your
Yeah.
energy on something different, like
Right.
self-care or, you know, global warming, please.
Right.
Right. Or the fishes
make-
in the sea. Sea spirits.
Right?
That's like you said.
You know,
Read a book.
make a podcast. Talk about your issues on there. Don't send death threats. Do you really think it's gonna work? Like you're like, oh, the death threat I sent them, that's gonna affect them.
Right.
He should
Because
not put that gun to his head. He sure turn them servers back on fast.
People forget that like the people making these things and the people acting in these video games and shows, like they forget that these are like real people. And I feel like that's an honest problem. Because I see that with not just that, but like social media, like as far as like Twitch streamers and YouTubers, any content creators, like people forget that they are humans.
Yeah,
And
really, for real.
Wild stuff all the time. Like,
For
Yeah.
real.
That's
For real,
true.
for real.
these are, like y'all do know these are people making this and people making
Right.
this stuff for you guys. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People are
It's
crazy.
bad.
Ridiculous.
It's bad. But that was it. The servers couldn't log in the game. Then that's the only gripe. I haven't been to play it much, but I know they might need to tune down the bosses a little bit. I don't know. When we were playing, we got our ass beat.
He was pretty
Like,
hard, but I liked it though. I like that it was a hard boss, like starting off, because a lot of times they're easy. And well, now I didn't go past him, so if it's like you know,
I was gonna get worse.
relentless.
I'm talking about the first boss.
Right.
He gave us a tutorial
Right.
while we fighting
Something.
him. He was like, "Here, get your ass beat." Yeah.
It took a lot of time. It took a lot of time to get him down. It did. But my gripes, because the servers are an issue, but I'm not too mad about servers being down. It's a new game. That's like an expected thing, right? We went through the same thing with Fall Guys. Like when people are playing a game and it could be either the devs underestimated how big the game was going to be and how many people were going to buy it and play it. It could be that they did estimate it and then something just, went wrong and a lot of the servers got loose. It stuff like that happened. So that's not a big gripe for me. It's the aspect that it was sold as a multiplayer experience that you can have with your friends, right? Gripe number one, you got 4 classes. You can only play with a 3-player team. That makes zero sense.
Word?
Well, hold on.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Hold on. Somebody in my Twitch chat was like, when the day that happened, it was like the game director or whatever felt like it was too chaotic for 4 people. So they felt 3 was like great. And other looter shooters go with 3. Destiny, all the other ones go. Some of the most ones go. Usually just go with 3 of them. Like Apex. I think Apex for the longest had 3.
Apex is
Only
3.
took
They
3.
still have 3.
Yeah, it's 3. But the thing is, we could have used a 4th person. That guy was so chaotic.
In that situation, I think 4 would have been cool.
4 would have been great.
We needed a healer.
We needed
Yeah.
a healer. We
I
needed
say
some.
that there should have been 4 because there was 4 classes. Like I feel like there would be like so much like benefit from having one person at each so that everybody could like have
their own experience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That way that it would be like way more like fun to me because I thought that's why we initially thought it was gonna be 4 people.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we get
very
on there,
disappointed
it's
when it
3.
wasn't.
We had to decide who was gonna sit out.
Yeah,
like,
choose straws. Which of our friends won't get to play this round?
Yeah.
Which luckily for us wasn't an awkward situation. But could you imagine if it was like, you were like, hey, I want to collab with these other creators, and you called 4 people up, and you've never played with them before, and then who do you side?
Yeah.
Who's got to go?
Like, oh well, who's gonna get kicked out?
Yeah.
What a great introduction to collaborating with somebody. But yeah, that's so the 4 people thing. But then also, if your thing is, if he was like, oh, it's gonna be too chaotic, that boss was hella hard. You thought 3 people would be enough for that guy? Like you should have made it 4 people.
We had no gear. We had rusted guns. We had
Everything was rusted.
We were dying.
God.
So much.
But
It was.
let's beat a little bit. I kind of enjoy the little R&R, like rougher and rusted. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Armor.
Okay.
I was like, what kind of S&M
Hold on,
statement is this? I was
Right.
like,
No, listen. I like kind of.
What do the
gives you a
kids say?
challenge. It gives you a challenge. I do like challenges.
Make
I just
it a
thought they should have
challenge
just
for
tuned it a little bit, like just tune it a little bit. I think.
yeah,
That
I
was
think
it.
making a 4-player would have been perfect because the boss, he wouldn't have been too easy with 4 people because that guy was relentless, but if it would have been handleable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the other gripe I have is there was like maybe 7 faces for customization. Customization is an issue for me in the game, right?
Yeah.
So
Forgot about that, yep.
With customization, if you choose, so each face had a certain amount of shades of skin color that were allotted to the faces, and that was very not very uncomfortable, but I was like, I don't really like that. Okay, they had the first one was like when the darkest was light. I was like, is that as dark as we could go? It was like super super light, and then when I went to the female that had the wider nose and the bigger lips, she had darker shades. I didn't like that.
Because I was
agree with that.
The night before, because the day before we played, I was like, let me just go in here and go through whatever tutorials I have to go through so we can just jump into the game. And so then as soon as you get into the game, that's where I got to the character thing. So I was like, okay, I get to make my character. Then that's when I noticed the shade thing. And I was like, is this the darkest I can go?
Right.
Like, I didn't know. And I was telling Dwayne, I was like, I have no choice but to be light skinned at this point because I didn't know. And then when I went to the other faces, I was like, oh, wait, I have to choose a specific face.
Wait, wow.
Yes.
You have to choose a specific face, and then I noticed that the 2 faces that will match me and Christine's skin tone, has the 2 of the biggest noses and
the wider lips. Yes.
So
wow.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I think that was weird.
That's weird. Why didn't they just have like a shade range for all the faces?
Right.
Like,
all of them should have had.
Why only limit it to certain facial features? That's
I thought that we were gonna have like the choice to like make like our nose or make like the size of our features,
like customize,
choose whatever skin color we want. We don't have to choose a specific face model to get a specific skin tone.
Yeah,
right? Like you could like make the eyes big, make them small, make the nose big, make it small, make the mouth big, make it small, like do things like that. Not I had to choose between these 2 faces.
Right.
Like, I didn't
and there was like there's like 7-ish faces, I believe, and only 2 of them go to as dark as we are. Because when I was like, okay, I want to get a dark skinned character and play a dark skinned, butt kicking female. And then when I was going through, I saw that because I did have that same sentiment. At first, I was like, wait, I can't get very dark. And then I went to the faces. I was like, wait, each face has a certain amount of shades. And I was like, what is this? I'm like,
That's
wider
what you
nose.
need diversity. You need diversity in the workplace for situations like that. They would have tell you like that is not.
Okay,
you should be especially with the hairstyles. The hairstyles, like me and Jazz was making. I had a male character, she had female, and like with my male character, they gave me locks and they gave me braids, and her character, they didn't even give her those a character. I'm like, why don't you give every character every haircut? Like instead of just leaving it to the guys have theirs and the women have theirs. So I was like,
character had locks,
and it's so exactly, and it's so weird because they allow like you to be bald or like have like a mohawk or something, but then they don't bring the locks over. Like it's technically the same. Like
who decided these things?
Male, I don't know.
I don't know. I felt like that was weird.
I just feel like there should be more choices or all choices that go to both.
Right.
Like,
yes.
More options, more better.
Yes. Instead of you having to be locked in to these things.
Yeah. To be on a female male level and then also on like a skin tone and shade level, that it should just be open to all. Have your character look like all these presets.
Exactly.
Because it was just preset because we couldn't do like the eyes big, because that's one of the things I was thinking of. Okay, maybe I can form her face, and you can't do that at all. So if that's the case, just open it up to everybody. Why is it locked in to certain face?
Weird.
Yeah. So that was one complaint. The other complaint is the aspect that it's sold as a multiplayer thing, and then you can't even start off together. You have to play an hour of tutorial, which is not announced or said. The only thing that they did tell me beforehand was like, hey, you want to play through the first part because that's what was on the demo. It wasn't explained that, hey, you can't do multiplayer until you finish this 1 hour of playthrough. So me, Dwayne, and Jazz were on our streams ready to play, and we couldn't. So each of us were playing our own prologue and then like checking in. Hey, how far are you guys? Like, we're all on Discord, mind you. So unmuting.
Yeah,
hey, how far are you? Are you this far? Did you get to this marker yet? I just got here. Okay, well, we're still waiting for Christine to get here. Like, it took...
Yeah, like, I ended up waiting, like, 30 minutes in, like, the spot, like, for me to match make that I finally could, like, play with them. They weren't at that spot yet. So I had to wait for, like, 30 minutes just running around talking to chat because I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to continue the story without them.
Right.
So I had to wait and just sit there while I'm live. So I was like, this would have been good to know before I
started. Because we could have done it beforehand if we had known, hey, we have to do this prologue,
Yeah, we
or
would've been watching.
just do the prologue together. I mean, the story, when you see the cutscenes, you see your character in the cutscene, so it's not even like you see everybody else. So that could have been done during the story. So
Bingo,
True.
bingo. Very true. That's
True.
But other than that, the powers are really, really cool, and the way they
They
look
are
together.
fun. Mm-hmm.
How long did you get to play, or how long did you get to play?
I played the demo when it came out with my friend. I did the pyromancer, and then he did like the time thing, and like he would like pause him or whatever, and then I'll throw like my fire at him. It was like good combos. So I thought that was really fun. But like I also don't normally play looter shooters like that. So like I thought I liked the story because I thought it was like pretty dark. You know, like the demo. I had a character that I really liked, and then just like bam, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like I'm just gonna get rid of the one
we know
character.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn, he didn't even last that long. But
Right?
okay. But like, so I like how dark the story is, but I haven't touched it since it came out, to be honest. So I mean, did I really enjoy it that much? I don't know. I should have been on it if I did, I guess.
I mean, if it's not really like your thing, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It is fun to play
tried
with
it
friends based off of what you're saying, like doing the combos together. Because Jazz, she would do the whole pausing them or slowing them down thing, and Dwayne would throw his fire. I would do my earth bending and like do the rock stuff in there. So like when you work together, which we came to like, hey guys, we gotta work together.
Yeah, we gotta work together.
We gotta work together.
I'm about to die.
Right?
And I'm like, I'm slowing them down. Hold on.
Help me, Ramon.
Yeah, come get me. I got you.
Entire stream.
Yeah, that was the stream, but it was fun. When you do get to play with your friends, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah,
It's just took a bit to get there.
More fun.
Yeah.
than playing by yourself.
Exactly.
Right. Black Oni, he said he had played like a random server, and he said he regretted it. So I think that's better. Like playing with your friends is the is the thing to do, for sure on that one. So Knockout City had its beta that started yesterday. I didn't get to touch the beta yet, but I have played the game before, and it's definitely like such a fun freaking game. It is such a fun freaking game.
You kind of got me there. You was like, you was driving.
I was about to say it's bad.
I was like, what did I sign in the NDA that I'm not supposed to say? That was so like, because I think I might have crossed the line. No, but it's such an awesome game that I can't wait to play with people. I might play it tonight or tomorrow. Well, it is Easter. We'll see.
Is it out for everybody?
Yeah, it's a cross-player beta right now.
It's a free beta, right? Free
beta.
Okay.
I'll pop the link in the chat for those who would like to sign up and get started. You could actually, because I think you could just download on PlayStation 5, also on Nintendo Switch. I believe it's also available. Here, I'm gonna pull that up. But yeah, it's such a fun competitive game. There's so many things that you can do if you saw the trailer or you saw the Nintendo Direct, where you can you can throw your friends as a ball to attack to get the other people. You can charge the ball, and different balls have different powers that it can add to when it hits them. I love the ragdoll effect, like because you get 3 hits and then you're dead. So when that happens, it's like, it's like
Fallout, the game seems fun because I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I'm getting the beta right now.
Yes, get it.
I thought you had to get an invite for it.
I thought you did too.
No, it's available. Also, one thing I can announce, I realize that your girl has a designer custom cosmetics pack that will be coming out with it. I will. I did tweet it on Twitter. I'll retweet it right now so people can check it out. And you can see there's a player icon, a little cute player icon of Christine. And then a crew banner with the Buddy Bear hat, and then also a crew logo, which I want the crew logo in real life because I saw it. Yeah, on the jacket. It is
fire, bro. It's fire. That's on fire.
Okay. It's pretty freaking cool. So I was like, yes, I can share. That is something I can share. So definitely check it out. Here, I'm putting the link in the chat right here.
Okay.
The beta is from the 2nd to the 4th. It is available everywhere, crossplay everywhere. I'm seeing everything right here. Xbox or Series XS, right? Xbox One, PS5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Origin, Steam, Epic. So you can play it anywhere with anyone. Right now.
I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, Christine, I'm ready to get my little jacket.
Oh, your stuff is so cute.
You see it? It's adorable. When they did the artwork, I was like, I love this. And I want to say, hey, can I commission this for like other stuff? But in the contract, it says that they own it and that it's theirs. So.
Damn. Damn, Christine. I got to be your lawyer. I'm like, God dang it, no. No, that's her.
Right. I didn't see that. Well, I did see it, but
It was in a very tiny fine print, wasn't it? That's how they always get you.
It was a peculiar situation, but I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I know that there were a couple other people that have custom packs that were able to play in the beta, so I need to see if mine's in the beta, but I think they told me mine will come out when the game releases in May. So that will be super cool. But I want to sneak it just in case it was like, just kidding, you can do it now. But
right, we gotta wear it when we get in.
The jacket. I want the jacket in real life. Yes.
Yeah, the jacket looks pink. I would wear that in real life.
Yeah, I know. I want to, but then I was like, that is their design. I don't know if I could take it, but I'll have to. Huh?
They ain't gonna know. We ain't gonna tell them.
It's just a cosplay, Just
it's your bear.
A cosplay, yes.
It's your bear.
It is.
You do what you want with it.
It is my bear. I can't do what I want. Let me wait till the invoice is sent and the payment is made for the contract, and then we'll break laws there. But
whoa, Christine, whoa. Do what? Let me stop.
No, agreements, not law, like contractual agreements. That's law. Okay, so next game, It Takes Two. Which I haven't finished. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't started it yet. You haven't started it yet?
Either.
It's heat.
Oh, I'm excited to play it.
Oh, yes. It's so much fun. One of the things I do love, and I won't give spoilers, but like the premise of the game, everybody knows, is that you're basically, you and one other player are helping a married couple that are filing for divorce, right? They're fighting, they're having issues, and their daughter somehow gets them in these precarious situations that you have to work together to come out of. The game is so much fun. It is so much fun. Yeah. I thought it was cute when I saw the trailer, but then like when you're playing it, it's like a high action, like it's like a Michael Bay meets like a super cute game meets
Disney.
Yeah, there's a Disney feel in there.
With adult jokes a little bit in there.
Adult jokes are in there.
What's that thing? Sausage Party?
Yes.
It feels like that. It feels like that. And then they had like one scene that I know that you got to, Christine, but I'm not going to spoil what it is. But when you come to it, you didn't think that they would do that. On this thing. So
okay.
It's not inappropriate. Like, it's
I was like, what y'all talking about? This game. I don't know.
So not what. Just excluding the end of Sausage Party. Just don't take it the last.
Oh Lord.
I could eat hot dogs for a while after watching that movie. Okay, because it was just like, what? When I eat this hot dog, what else am I eating?
Watch this. I was like, watch this movie.
Because thinking it's like a kids movie, and they get to the end, and then it's just
you're like, oh Lord,
oh Jesus, my room got hot there for a second. But yes, it's if you haven't checked it out, I would definitely check it out. It Takes Two is a really, really fun game. I love that you have to work together to play through the game, right? Because we've all played with people and each other, and we've played with, especially after Among Us, we've been playing with more and more people, right? More creators. And I like it when, like, because a lot of times if you play a game, some creators just run off and they just do their own thing, and it's like, hey, we're supposed to be doing it together. It's kind of the vibe. That's kind of what we're doing. Whereas in this game, you can't proceed without working together. You cannot. It's impossible.
No. It's legit impossible.
It is.
You're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm excited to play.
You should. Yeah. Definitely find you somebody. Get your boo thing. Get whoever, or just somebody to yell at, because that's why I chose Charlie.
Okay.
And then, It's definitely a fun game. The last one, like, it's not a new game of the week, but new map of the week, right? Which is Among Us Airship.
Yeah.
Let's talk
The
about that
airship.
Talk about that. Oh, the locker.
Damn, I feel
Which
old.
I have not gotten yet.
Years.
I have not gotten that task yet.
You haven't gotten it?
I have not.
Wait,
I played.
You've been imposter the whole time. Let's
No,
be real.
I've been playing. I played Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I never got that task.
How?
Lucky
Wow.
mofo. Lucky.
I don't know.
Let me tell you how I struggled, man. I was struggling.
Hold on,
with
that
things.
sigh and the grabbing the cup. Let me tell you how I struggled, man.
Guys, there was a round that we were playing, right? And there was like 4 people left, and I think Rico was the killer. Rico was the killer, and he wasn't killing anybody. And it was going for like a long time. And like the task bar was like almost done. And like there was screaming at the crewmates. It was like, yo, go do your task. And I'm sitting there for like 20, 30 like I'm sitting there for the longest trying to do this task, and it was not getting done. I could not do it, and my whole chat's yelling at me, talking about something. I got to do this a certain way, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
I remember watching the clip
forever, and then
you called Dwayne.
Then the body got called, and I was like, oh my god. So then the game ended. It was just bad. It was just bad.
I saw where you called Dwayne in, and I hear him. He's like, I don't know how to do this. And you're like, Jazz is like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, I don't know how to do this.
I was like, yo, I can't. I was like, we're going to lose this match because I can't do this task. He was like, he can't do it. So I was like, we're going to lose.
That's funny.
Just take that.
No, I'll tell you what. Okay, so we was playing. It was me, Christine. We was playing, right? I say, how do you do it? Kristen gonna tell me how to do it, right?
I tried.
No. That's not even the worst part. No, let me finish. Because what she did was fucked up afterwards. So I'm like, all right. So I'm trying to figure out. She told me the whole thing. I'm like, I still don't understand. Over there doing it, right? Tell me why I finally figured it out. Almost finished it. Her ass went all over there and killed me. And then you know what happens when you get over it? You gotta do a different number code.
Oh, do you? Do you?
Yes. And I'm like, I know she didn't walk all the way over here after I said that I was gonna do it. Trying to give me tips on how to do it, then kill me over here.
She knew where you were going.
Right, she knew where I was. Plotting on me all the time.
I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I didn't even know it caused that much of a kerfuffle. You know, I was just looking for somebody to get got. You know, my partner had left me. You know, I was all alone out there.
I was
murdering.
all alone too. I know, you know what? Ego there for a minute too. I know she did.
Probably learned that from me because he knew I was struggling. I figured it out. And then Ego is on the round that we're talking. He's like, yeah, Jazz, how you do that task? So I'm sitting there legit trying to tell him how to do it. I'm like, yeah. He was like, okay, yeah, and he kills me.
Yeah,
afterwards, and then I can't say anything. I'm like, are you dead ass?
Which took nobody thought it was him because Jazz was there telling him how to do the task, so nobody suspected him.
I was like, okay.
She was so happy to share her knowledge because it took forever for her to get it.
Help people, and then he like that. All right.
But yeah, I would say the new map is a lot of fun. However, it is massive.
It's huge.
It is massive.
It's huge. I'm still lost.
I can't wait till they implement that like 15 player.
15 player, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because for that map,
players.
I think you need 15. Because
they're gonna do they're gonna do up to 15, and then you can implement the 3 imposters.
My God, you boy,
it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, I don't know how we're gonna be able to talk.
Yeah. Oh, the conversations will like. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I don't know.
It's wild at 10. Okay, so I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I know.
We're gonna need to get like a talking stick, pass it around the internet. Like, yo, here you go.
There you go. You got it.
Wait, how are we gonna talk to each other in Discord then? Because that only allows like 10.
Right.
True.
We gotta go into somebody's actual Discord and then put the number up.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah.
should just make a Discord server in general.
Yeah, we should. We should. And then
but
we
it's
can
definitely built for imposters. Like that map, if you could be the worst imposter ever and win on that map because it's just so huge.
Yeah, and it's hard to find your task. I would say the tasks are I think we're about to say that. No, I think we're about to say the same thing. Like in the aspect of, it's a lot more intricate than before. Before you click, and you're done. Now you got the garbage. I hate the garbage.
Like Christine killed me all the times in those doors. I'm over here just like, we're new. We don't know what's going on. I'm like all these switches. I'm trying to flip it. I don't know what it does. And then Christina comes and knocks my head off.
She did the same thing to me
Twice.
too. Talking about. So I'm in the little car because now you got a car swipe to get past the door. I'm like, damn. So she over there, she chopped me up as I was in the middle of. No, I think I opened it. Then she chopped me up.
Wait, I know you not talking. I was over there trying to get good Wi-Fi. I'm all over the screen.
Hey, no, that's you want to. I could have just.
Right
I wish they had a push button. I would have pushed you off. They wouldn't even find your body.
I'm sitting there with bad connection, then I get chopped up. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh, ain't nobody gonna find her here.
and that's what got me too. I was like, nobody's gonna find my body, and y'all didn't.
Yeah,
no. I was like, okay.
There's a lot of places you can kill people, like the body just will never be found. Like where I killed Wayne.
By the locker. Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of places.
That's funny. But yeah, it is definitely huge. I do remember, I read something or someone was saying something that they were going to try to implement their own type of voice like thing.
Yeah.
Because, we tried to do Crew Link, and Crew Link, has its good days and its not great days, a lot of times among us, unless it was just an idea that we had that we think that they should use. But I think that'll definitely help in regards to the conversation thing. Although we did find out, we just came up with a different solution for it. But it is definitely in the favor of the imposters when it comes to killing on that map. And like you said, you don't have to be a great killer to kill. Like Ego was so happy with the kills he was getting on that
Ego was my partner. He only killed like one person. I was over there murking everybody. I didn't even care if y'all saw me. I was just going whoever I saw and go. Because that was when Christine put like the vision like really low, so I really couldn't tell if anybody was around me. So I was just clicking as I was going. So
that's what happened. But hide and seek on that map is so much fun. It is so much fun when you play hide and seek on that map because you're just running through and chasing or being chased, and you're trying to just like finish your task at the same time. But they are like, did you guys get the toilet one?
Yes.
Oh, I was a little stuck on that one. That like sounds juicy.
It's just it's disgusting.
You gotta do the toilet time.
You over here plunging out something.
You really pulling it like you gotta get it to well, hold on, let me put my hand down.
I haven't gotten the towel task y'all talking about.
Oh, the towel task.
The towel task hella dumb.
In electrical where you have switches or
the
something.
switches? That one, I hate that one.
They try to get you killed in there. At least
yeah,
the doors open in
that's
there.
what happened to Chris.
They literally want you to die around there, bro. You ain't finding nobody over there.
I think I saw a clip of it on Twitter. It was like each one has like numbers or something.
Yeah.
Like, I never had that. So
and it changes every time. So it's not like it's the same. And then also those
and
doors.
the doors too.
Yeah, the doors. Some of those doors are open. Some of the doors are closed.
So that's why it's always a maze? I thought
they
built it. I didn't know. Switches. I didn't know.
You know what? They got a security cam, but that shit ass.
Yeah, you don't see nothing.
You don't see shit. I'm like, this big ass place, and you put these cams here? How am I supposed to catch anybody doing anything? What?
That's trash. That's true. But it's definitely fun. I can't wait till they open it up for the 15. That'll be fun.
That'll be definitely fun.
That'll be crazy. So kind of going into like trailers and stuff like that. Did you guys see the Yasuke trailer?
Yeah, it looks fire.
It does. I'm excited to see, a black samurai, because we've seen a lot of, we've all watched anime, at different levels, right? So to see like a black samurai, I'm really, really excited. I am a fan of Lakeith Stanfield. The only thing is like when he had to do the epic speech, I was like, you gotta have a little more.
Me and Dwayne said
we said the same.
Yeah,
he was like, so y'all not gonna switch his voice up at all? Like,
I need more.
Right, I need more.
He said we're gonna fight for Japan. I was like, a little bit more.
Yeah,
just for Japan. Like, you can
I'm like the other people that was voice acting with him were like way like it felt like they knew what they were doing. He was just like, I'm just here.
I'm chill.
I'm chill.
I wonder is it
voice though, but just
I think he has a nice voice. I think he just needs to, add a little bit more growl in it. Yeah, for Japan, something like make it a little epic. And so I am excited to see that. That is that one coming out this month?
Yeah, April 29th.
Really?
April 29th on Netflix.
Yes, on Netflix. I am.
Yeah, I know when it's on Netflix, we get to binge it. So
yes. I'm excited. And then I will say Space Jam, and then we'll talk about Invincible. Space Jam 2 just released a trailer today. Okay, I did a reaction. You guys said you guys did your reaction. Krista did we got to see her a private reaction, you know, with Krista as she was watching it. So what are your thoughts?
I'll volunteer. I like it because like I don't think it's gonna be better than the first one. All right, you know how sequels go. Michael Jordan is a GOAT. All right, but like I'm just trying to figure out like how did he get there? Like it was kind of like in the trailer for me. It was like random. All of a sudden they don't elevator server room. Don Cheadle, and now you're in this Looney Tunes world. I'm like, wait, how did he? Wait, like y'all going to explain Don Cheadle's existence here? Like he looked.
I think they might more so in the movie, but I do agree. It wasn't space. It was, you know, like not space, like outer space. It seems like space and time. Like server, you're in these different content worlds that's exist.
What I was like. That's what I was like. It's like what? I don't, is he an evil alien or something? Like.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Wreck-It Ralph go through the little plug.
But instead of just like YouTube, and he went to YouTube and he did like did he do Twitch
Game of Thrones?
But he's gonna be doing like Looney. There was a lot of stuff like I was excited about the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong was there.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo was there. I saw the penguin from Tim Burton's Batman was in the background. Iron Giant was in there.
Iron Giant was what got me. I
love. I'm actually really excited for this, and I know, like in the basketball world, you know, Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, right? But acting wise, out of two of them, okay, LeBron's got more. He's better acting than Michael Jordan is, right?
Come from because I haven't seen him in the full movie yet. Like I have. I've seen Michael Jordan in the full movie, but we only saw the trailer for LeBron. So I'm like, I need to see.
I've seen him. He was in. There was a movie. I have to find the name of the movie, but he was in a movie with.
Was it Uncle Drew?
Was it that one? I didn't see that one. I didn't see the whole of it. I started that one and I didn't finish that one. But because it wasn't what I was hoping for. But anyways, no, he was in some other movie with these two other people that at this current moment I don't remember. I know the one chick's name is Amy. She's a comedian, but her last name is not what I'm thinking. So I can't remember her last name. But it was her. He was in long story short, he was in a movie. I've seen him act, and he was funny. I liked his character in that movie. So I think he can pull some chops and make it more enjoyable for us. But I do remember loving the first one, you know? So I don't know comparatively if it's going to be better, but I'm excited. I'm very
It's still going to be a fun ride, and it's going to be on HBO Max and in theaters at the same time. I'm loving it.
Do. I'm super, super excited for it. I think that I'm just having all those Easter eggs of all the characters that we just mentioned.
So cool.
Yeah, to see like all of these. Iron Giant as a kid, that was my movie. I watched that thing on repeat so many times. So seeing him, I was like, yes.
I think I was scared of that movie.
Really?
Like, you know, he was, it's the eyes, I think, for me. Growing
up, when they're yellow or when they're red?
They're both, I think. Like I had on
his eyes in general,
and like I probably like watched it once or twice, but like I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
Oh, his eyes,
the eyes, and then also I was like really young, so I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't understand. I'm like, what is this?
That's my comfort movie.
It is my comfort movie. The only like downside for me is I would be weary of chocolate from people I didn't know because I would be afraid they're putting like X-Lax in it because remember he was giving them that lactic chocolate.
Giving the laxative.
Right? So I was like, not going to take chocolate from nobody. They could be trying to make me poop, you know? I didn't want to poop. I poop when I want to poop, not when you want me to poop.
Oh my God.
You tell him,
Christine. 2021 right there.
But yeah, I'm excited for it, and I don't know what the consensus. Does anybody? Because I mean, the trailer just came out, but the consensus. Do you think people are excited for it? They're
I think they are.
Yeah, I think so. It has everybody's favorite LeBron in there, but I know that people are like from our generation are definitely going to compare it to the old.
Oh, 100%.
Of course.
Like the new generation going to be like, "Oh, this is so cool," but like. All of us gonna look at it like they ain't doing it.
You young whippersnappers don't know what the real Space Jam is.
Yeah, back in my day,
Back in my day, we had Jordan. We had Monstars.
The real GOAT.
That's what I was gonna say in the last one.
Different.
Right. Oh, and you said that Zendaya was gonna be, or Zendaya.
Yeah, she's gonna be the voice of Lola Bunny, but this Lola Bunny is less curvy.
Yeah.
Than the first one.
Less
and
sexualized.
I know people took that too good.
Man, let her be slim thick. Let her be slim.
Like Jessica Rabbit. Oh, didn't they also take out? Oh, you guys told me about this. Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah,
yes,
they took him out.
Yeah, they took him away too because he was like,
he got canceled on Twitter, and then they took him out.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Same they could have just
like SpongeBob, and they took away the panty raid episode.
I was so sad that they took away the panty raid. That was a GOAT episode.
I don't know.
I mean, it was weird, but like it was weird, but it was funny.
There's a lot of stuff on that show that's hella weird. I was watching. I was like, some episodes, like when I hate on SpongeBob, or a lot of Nickelodeon cartoons do this, when they do those super close-ups and you see like they're caved in and they're gross and dirty. I'm just like,
all the pimples and everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, back up. Like, I don't too close. But yeah, I feel like they could have just wrote Pepe Le Pew better, a different.
No, you know what they said, that Pepe Le Pew was like, they said that he actually, like, they reprimanded him for doing that in Space Jam, but since they canceled him on Twitter, we're not gonna get that scene.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They already had the scene, like, telling him, like, that they were gonna tell him, like, hey, like, chill out, don't do that.
You gotta relax, bro.
But like, they already decided they didn't even want to see the skunk, so they said,
dang.
Goodness.
I know. Right? Be canceling cartoons now. My God.
Right? Dear. Now, Invincible. All right. So,
oh my God.
For anyone we're only going to talk about the first episode of Invincible. So if you haven't seen it, then leave and just come back after you watch it. Go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. And then come back, because we are doing spoilers. So go ahead. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah,
go ahead,
sure.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Spoiler.
Well, I'm excited to talk about this.
You have been warned. Yes. So, Invincible. My gosh. Okay. We'll start off light. We won't jump there yet. Okay. We'll start off light. But the episode, because, I'm not familiar with this comic book series. I'm not familiar with this story. But I remember seeing the trailer and then thinking like, hey, I'll watch it. I'll check it out, see what it's about. And then we watched it yesterday, and we're starting it off, and I was like, okay, I like these parodies of these characters. I know you guys are about to cringe, but Black Batman, okay, Black Man. I was calling him Black Man.
Krista, you don't stop calling him that. His name is Dark Knight.
His name Darkwing. Well, we got his name Darkwing at the close to the end of the episode. I definitely
thought he was a Black Batman.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he is.
And I was like, he's super cool because I love Batman, as you guys know. Hold on, let me grab him.
Bring him out.
Krista hasn't seen him. Krista hasn't seen him. Okay. And I've got a huge stuffy. I've got some shirts and stuff like that. I love me Batman. So when he was black, I was like, yes. And he was like, stuff. I was worried he was going to die at the beginning of the episode when that truck or tank. I put them together.
Something was on top.
Yeah. Was on him, and I was like, oh no, they're killing him off early. Gotta kill the black one early. Why? And then when he survived, it was like, okay, great. But you guys go first, because I will go on and on and on and on and on. But you guys go first.
Okay. Well, I watched it the other day, and someone in my chat told me to watch it. I was like, we'll see. I don't know what this is about. I started watching it. I was like, it's okay. I'm like, when's the juicy stuff's gonna happen? I don't know. It kind of feels like a kid's show right now. It's just like whatever. And then the ending happened. I was like,
yeah. He was like, damn.
That's the juicy stuff. So yeah, that's my synopsis of my entire thinking. I was like, I was about to stop watching it because I'm like, this is boring to me. Like, there's not enough going on. I need something crazy to happen. I got what I asked for.
So you're the one to blame for what happened at the end of the season.
I manifested it. I'm sorry.
Dwayne, Jazz.
Oh, I love dark stuff.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, when I saw all the like different parodies of the superheroes, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. Like it was like legit each one like was somebody else. And seeing the Black Batman, yes, I did like seeing him. I was like, okay, that's cool. And he was actually doing cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was doing some cool stuff with his gadgets. And then we got to the end where, that scene happened. And I was sitting there like, oh my God. And low-key, I was excited when I was seeing it. So like it was bad stuff happening, but I was sitting there like, yes. Like the rest of the series is going to be fire.
Yeah,
Yes. I was like, yes, let's see more of this. And so then I was like, okay, I'm good. I already was excited, but now at the end of the episode, I was like, I need to see more of this. And then I got a call from Christine yesterday, and I thought I was in trouble.
I did. I was like, Mom?
I was asking something, and then she was like, oh, Jazz, are you by Dwayne? I was like, he's in the other room, so yeah. And then she was like, okay, but go get him. And she was like, I got to talk to both of you. And I was
I'm
like,
oh, shit.
And then she was like, so... Invincible, and you didn't tell me that scene was at the end. Like, I'm gonna spoil it. Like,
right, Christine, what we about to spoil it for you for?
The thing is, I warned her before she watched it. I was like, when you watch Invincible, the end of the first episode is going to be crazy. Did not listen.
There was nothing that prepared me for what happened. Okay,
I wasn't ready either because I'm like, when am I watching? Like, this is just like another like Justice League type thing. Whatever.
I liked Young Justice. It reminded me of Young Justice, that show.
Right?
And I loved Young Justice.
And then it got to the end. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, this is unlike Young Justice right here.
This is something interesting.
Yeah. For me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's made the Invincible comics made by like Robert Kirkman, who also made The Walking Dead. So and he made this when he was like 22, he's like 40 something now or 50, and so that's why I kind of felt like that, because it was like, early, that's when the Justice League was popping off, and he's just making parody characters like y'all said, like Mark Grayson is supposed to be Dick Grayson from Robin, and so I was like, it is real. Like at first I was like, oh, this is like one of those nice little kid cartoons, And then at the end, I was like, God, no wonder Batman has contingency plans. I was like,
right. This is why, like, Batman can't beat anyone. He doesn't have superpowers. This is why. This is why.
Because, go ahead, Christine, tell them.
Somebody lose it.
Please tell them. So we can talk about that scene, bro.
Hold on. Speaking of when you talked about Walking Dead, Steve Yeun, who was in the Walking Dead show, I forgot it. What was his name? Was his name Rob?
Mark Grayson. Mark Grayson is
in Walking Dead show. He's the one that got hit up by Negan.
Oh,
yes. The one that got beat down by Negan. He is the one that voices our main character here. In the animation. So I was like, when you mentioned Walking Dead, I was like, oh, okay. And he's from the Walking Dead show. That's pretty cool. There were a lot of cool voice actors in this episode, right? I haven't seen past this, and a lot of them died, so I don't know who's going to be left now. But I actually enjoyed watching it because it reminded me a lot of Young Justice. You've got these superheroes, and there seems to be a lot. And I loved Young Justice when I used to watch it as an adult on Saturday mornings, and then watch that in Clone Wars before Disney bought it and took it off of Cartoon Network. Haters. Anyways, I was enjoying it. I liked that the guy, it seemed like he had a crush on that girl, and she was a black girl, and she kicked butt. She kicked that guy right in his nads and was like,
gonads,
yeah. And that guy was such a punk. He's like, oh, well, you're still a freak. And I'm like, if you don't bust that man in the head, please, like, just punch him, please. So, and then I love, oh crap! What's his name? J.
Jonah Jameson.
Yes, J. Jonah Jameson. That's his name. But that actor, I love his voice. Yeah, when I hear him,
J.K. Simmons. Yeah,
J.K. Simmons. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear his voice, it's a calming voice, even though, except for when he's,
it's concerning.
Yeah. Now, it's a different situation. But I was enjoying it. I like the son's situation. I like he's trying to get his powers, but he loves his mom, but he really, really, really loves his dad, and he wants to be just like his father. Hopefully not just like his father as we get to the ending, but it was, I was enjoying the ride. And then when you get to the end, right? Because I was like, okay, we've got a lot about the son. We got a lot about his wife. I mean, the mom and his dad, right? Yes, awesome. And I'm like, I want to learn more about the characters. So then you start seeing the other characters. You see Flash, Red Rush. Yes. You see him with his girl, like, in the middle of a conversation, go save somebody and come back. And she's like, wait, did you just leave? And he's like, oh, snap. Like,
no, I didn't just leave. What are you talking about?
I've been here. I have never left. I know exactly what you're talking about. So that, and you see the other characters, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. They get a call, right? Kind of going back to Black Man, right? where Darkwing. Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm proud of him being black
Lord
man. You
Jesus.
know, he's Black Batman. All
You
right.
said Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Right.
Yes, I'm the Dark Knight. Okay.
My goodness.
But I loved his contraption because when he first put the beams on the water tower, and then I was like, what is that for? Is he gonna blow up the water tower?
Yeah.
But
Me
then
too.
when he handcuffed them and they zipped over there, I was like, oh, those are
I
cool.
said, oh damn.
Yeah. I was like, I love it.
Also, looked a little kinky.
Right, it did.
Whoa.
I was gonna say
I
I need to
that.
get me a
Whoa.
pair of those, but then I know that
Futuristic?
it was gonna go downhill from there.
Futuristic S&M, huh?
Yes. Put it against the. Okay, I'm not gonna get started.
You right here,
I'm not gonna
honey.
get started.
Christine went into detail. Her room.
Listen, I'm married. Okay.
I'm Batman.
We're gonna try something different.
Oh, listen, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all give me
Oh.
ideas. Anyways, so because there should be a female, but I'll just do my own
Christine!
research. I'll do my own research. Anyways,
Oh my God.
when I see Jess's hand on her whole face.
I
So
can't.
when he gets the call and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get to you guys tomorrow," right?
Y'all be there. You're gonna be there
Forever.
For a long
Forever.
time.
No one's gonna find them. So then
Right.
when he gets the call and they're all talking, they're all chatting, like, why'd you call? Then all of a sudden, Omega Man shows up, right? And like when I was watching this with my husband, he was like, oh, maybe this is a training exercise. You know, maybe this is training. Like, this is how they train. He just comes and he just tries to fight them, and then they're good. And it's heartbreaking. The ending is freaking heartbreaking, okay? Because when Flash, you know, you guys say the correct names. I'm going to say my wrong names. When Flash was like saving everybody, right? Then came and was just like punching him in the face. And when he grabbed his wrist and Flash was freaking, he was like pushing his head. And my husband just kept saying, this is a training exercise. This is a training exercise. And I was like, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And then when the glasses broke, then he was like, oh. And I was like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? And you see him punching so hard that he's ripped through his clothes, and he broke his wrist because his wrist, you see his wrist like go like this, and he can't hold a fist anymore. They go limp, right?
Oh.
And that's when you see the eye freaking pop out and his head like crushed. And I was like, what? And
I was like, oh shit.
This is that kind of show.
Right.
I wasn't ready. And from there,
I was like, oh,
everyone died.
Kill everybody in this room.
He
Yes.
killed everybody.
I was hopeful. I was hopeful.
witnesses.
Well, I was hopeful because when they were like getting some hits in, right? Like,
they were.
And then Batman,
War
with
Woman.
the way he did to Black Batman, I did not like that. When he like beat his head off, like literally slammed him into the ground, man's head from jaw up, like not even his whole head, from jaw up, busted off, and then he zapped that. What was she? The chick that could phase through things.
She was like a cocky Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Because I was like, how her power works? She swallowed some Tic Tac and then
Right.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Imagine her having Tic Tacs and then just like popping it in.
I was like,
before
how
she
her
goes.
shit work? And then I never got to see how it worked because he folded
Right.
her ass.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about their powers. Why does Wonder Woman have this like wampum stick? Like, what was going on? I wanted more information about that, you know, about who they were. And he like he took that wampum stick and knocked the fish guy's head off.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like-
they did Aquaman
They
so
Yeah.
dirty, bro. He was just sitting at the end of the sea just waiting more than shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Just,
Nobody- I was like, is there anybody in there with him? And
He's
my husband's
sitting
like,
in
no.
his fish throne, just waiting for some action to happen. He's like, man, it's boring down here.
Facts, bro. That shit had me weak. I was like, yep, that's what he's
This
about,
shit
right?
happened in the sea, and then he started calling.
Damn.
Him, thank God.
Yeah, he's about time. Let's go. Poor guy. Alone in the
No,
sea.
fun fact, one of them is immortal. I think he's called Immortal Man, the one that he took his head off. So that's
Yeah.
why at the end of the fight, they had like, I thought it was like somebody, I don't know if somebody took control of him or not. I
don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys saw a little further than I did, but I want to. Well, don't tell me.
We're not gonna
That's
tell
what
you.
I
We
wondered.
still don't know
We
if
still
that
don't
happened.
know.
Still don't know
So,
why he did what he did or who did, if anything happened to him. But
Oh.
one dude he chopped his head off is an immortal man, so that's why they put his head on the thing because he can't die. I don't know how he's gonna come back though. But that one dude, one of them can't die for sure. 100% can't die.
Okay.
His name is Immortal Man. Can't die.
Okay. Yeah, because when he like was, and when he took Wonder Woman's head and was like, crack, I was like, what? I just kept screaming
like that.
My mom-in-law, she was eating dinner at the kitchen table, and all she could hear was just be like, like screaming. and then he was just like, his face was just like at the horror of like, what is happening? What is going on? And that's when I was like, the minute credits rolled, I was like, I'm calling Dwayne and Jazz right now. Okay. This was right before I had this stream.
I'm like, yo, what did I do?
I was like, I got a bone to pick with you.
Like, what? Like, why?
I was like, Jazz, are you with Dwayne? And she's like, not right now. Do you want me to go get him? I was like, yeah, go get him. And then she says to Dwayne, she's like, hey, Dwayne, come here. I think we're in trouble. And he's like, why? What'd we do?
Because I didn't know. Because she called like a parent did. Like, you did something wrong.
She did. I
Like,
had an F on my report card.
and like you did something at school and she just found out about it. Like, that's how I felt. And I was like, what I do?
Yeah, so just a little background on Omni-Man. Omni-Man is half Vulturemite, and it kind of flips the Superman story because they're supposed to send heroes out to help other unadvanced societies.
Right, yeah. Right.
So I'm just like, ooh. I was like, okay.
Me and Dwayne have a theory that they're there to conquer.
That's what he said. Hubby, that's what he said.
Yeah, we knew that they're there to pose as like, oh, we're helping you and everything like at first. And then we conquer you.
And
I kind of think that it's like more of maybe an ego thing with him. Like he wants to be the only one there. Like trying to save people. Yeah. And then like he didn't like how this big group, and they weren't like, he wasn't really like in the group.
No.
You know, he was kind of like just he shows up and like helps, but they kind of in the way. So he had to dispose of them.
I just find it weird. Like he just come to your Earth, random woman, I'm baby. All right, you supposed to get your powers, bro. I'm like, so. And then he was like, when he finally got his powers, he didn't seem happy.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't seem happy that he got his powers. I'm like, so why come to this planet to procreate, have Vulturemite? I don't know. That's what I'm like. I thought he wanted to conquer, but why the hell would he get impregnate a woman to create another? Like, it's definitely something he ain't saying.
Yeah.
Goodness, dear word. What a show. I'm going to watch more. My husband did threaten to watch more. Luckily, he didn't. He didn't watch it without me.
You know he wanted to. He wanted to.
He wanted to. He was tempted, but he didn't. So I'm going to have to, I got to watch the other episodes. I think one just came out yesterday, so it's like 4 episodes.
Yeah, I need to watch the one yesterday, too.
Because it launched last week, I guess, with 3 then? It launched last week with 3 episodes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which was good. And it's a long, hefty length. Come on, Disney.
It is.
Come on, Disney.
The credits aren't even that long, the Disney?
Right.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know. I was on the phone with y'all, so I don't know how long.
Oh, yeah. Well, they weren't long at all. They said, hold this 30 seconds. And then Disney like,
so,
a whole 5 minutes credits.
I'm like, damn. Okay.
You think you have a 40-minute show? No.
Cap, 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Captain America. So, speaking of Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
let's get it, bro.
Episode trace. All right. We start off normally with like our non-spoiler feelings, sentiments, and ratings of the show. Just to let you know, Krista, and then we go to spoilers. So, rating this episode. Dwayne, you did post your rating on Twitter, but I would like for you to repeat it for our viewers here and listeners. What is your rating for this episode?
I give it 11 out of 10 because to me it was that good of an episode. Just humor, action, lore. Hold on, we're gonna add some extra lore in there because they told a lot. This felt like a good episode. Like I felt like this is like the other episodes, WandaVision. All the stuff I felt wanting, like, I'm like, damn, like, is this all we get? This one, I felt like, oh, yeah, this was a great episode. I think this is the best episode. I think, it's hot take, Falcon and the Winter Soldier might be better than WandaVision. That's my take on it. Okay. I think it's better. I think it's already better after this episode.
All right. Jazz, what's your rating?
Oh, same thing, 11 out of 10. Because I feel like we're getting a whole lot of information and a whole lot of, like, scenes with each episode, like versus Wanda. I don't want to keep comparing it to WandaVision, but I kind of do because they're both like Marvel shows.
They just came out
like,
right before.
I feel like we get a whole bunch more in these Captain I was about to say Captain Falcon.
Falcon.
Falcon Punch.
Yes, Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes than WandaVision. And like by the time I get to the credits, like I'm used to Disney doing their damn 7-minute credits anyway. But by the time that we get to it, I'm not mad like I was like with WandaVision. Like I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I'm good. It was hefty. It was a hefty episode. So
Krista?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Jazz and Dwayne said. Like, with WandaVision, I feel like it was the last episodes of the show that really was, like, had the same feeling, like, wow, that was a really good episode as this third one did, because the action in this episode was really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good. And the fashion. Like, the looks were really good, too. I'm like, okay, people out here stunting. So, yeah, I'll give it, like, a 10 out of 10. Also, can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
For me, I would say that I gave it a 9 out of 10. Last episode, I gave like about a 7. This episode, I gave about a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so collectively, my ratings are already higher than WandaVision was. But it doesn't have, I would say like, we do get like hefty, like you guys have been saying. I think we get like a lot in this episode. I do feel less like in WandaVision, I felt like super teased on an appetizer because the episodes were so short, right? And you didn't get a lot. There was a lot of slow times and things like that, whereas this one is pretty much meat. You're getting a lot of meat. Last episode we got a little bit of vegetables, just a little bit with that like prison scene,
a little bit of vegetables,
but in this one it was a lot of meat. We got a lot of meat on these characters. We got a lot of meat on the story, and I like a lot of meat. So for me, this episode was a 9 out of 10 for me. And I do agree that I do think that this show is better than WandaVision on a lot of execution. Execution is the biggest reason I think it's better. Like the episodes are longer. We're getting more out of the episodes. We're getting more about these characters and things like that. And that was a lot of stuff that we didn't get in WandaVision, right? Mind you, I love the ending. And like Krista said, the last 3 or 4 episodes of WandaVision when they had me. I was like, okay, I'm liking it. The only episode I gave like a 10 was the last episode for WandaVision, the finale. This one,
100%.
Each of my ratings have been higher because I think collectively it is a better show than WandaVision. So that's our non-spoiler review of it.
Now let's get into it.
So spoilers. Come on, Dwayne. Spoiler. You have been warned. Okay. So kind of going into this, for me, there were a couple things that were very interesting, right? And I'm going to just jump into one of the things, and then, you know, like how we do, we talk all over the place about the episode. We don't like start chronologically in order with it. But one of the things that really stuck with me, because they said how, like, the writer of the show was saying how it's going to be ever present that he is a black man in America, right? That's not something that they're going to hide throughout this series, right? And we've been seeing it, you know, introduced in different ways. The bank scene in the first episode, the cop scene on the street in the second episode, and also what happened with Isaiah in the second episode. In this episode, when he's walking down that bridge with Zemo and Winter Soldier, and he's like, man, I look like a pimp. And when Zemo turns to him and says, only in America would they think such a fashion-forward black man would look like a pimp. And I was just like, that is such an interesting freaking take on how racial stereotypes are regionalized and how we look based off of what we've been through in our country and stuff like that, and what's, you know, put out in the media and how it's been showcased in TV and movies and things like that. And that's something that you guys kind of said before we started, like how we're tired of how black shows are we're tired of like the Black Hurt shows and the Black Hurt movies, and
trauma,
right? Black trauma and the stuff about slavery. We want to see ourselves in different lights because we have more lights. We're multidimensional. We're multifaceted. We're not just people who were just slaves. There's so much more to us, you know. So that statement was such like a when he said that, I was just like, wow, like I literally sat and was like, oh my goodness, what a statement.
What's crazy about it though, like, he actually was a pimp though, like in the comics. Falcon,
Smiling Tiger.
Yeah. Not Smiling Tiger. That was a villain, another villain. But Sam Wilson in the comics was actually a pimp. So in the so like it's a lot.
That
so
makes it deeper.
Yeah. So
Yo.
you know how comics go. Red Skull basically got a cosmic cube, rewrote Sam Wilson's history, and instead of him originally being a pimp named Snap, not Slickback, a pimp named Snap. Okay, this is
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
He changed him to be like a social worker that cared about people. So yeah, that's how you know how they do
That's how
rewriting
they
people's.
the retcon,
They probably some people probably didn't like him being a pimp named Snap.
Right.
So
which goes back to an American comic book, and they're writing this black character and they're making him a pimp. So the line hits even harder, kind of making fun of Marvel and the decision that they made originally in making him a pimp.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that little tidbit in that I learned after the episode.
That is awesome. Starting with my pros and cons, right? Some of my cons, I still don't care about these villains, these flag smashers. I feel like we don't get a lot from them. We get a sentence that says what they're doing, but we're not getting a lot from them in regards to who was that chick. That's one thing. When she was in the bed, like holding that chick's hand, I was like, and then they cut scene. I was like, okay, indiscriminate family member. Like, is that her mother? Is that her sister? Is that her cousin? Who is that? Then she said Mother Denali, and I was like, was that your mother, or were you an orphan at an orphanage and she was a nun there? Like, you don't get any. There's nothing. Who is this chick? Why do we care about why she's doing this? You get the idea of it, but it should be more personalized. Make me care or have some more depth for this character, which I have none. I don't care about her. I don't care about lame Captain Fake Man. Okay. I don't
John
care about
Walker.
him. Yes, Johnny Walker.
John
Yeah.
Walker.
I care more about his friend Battlestar Galactica, okay? And that's just because
he pretty dope though.
he's
You remember the first scene of the
transfixing.
day?
Like, yes, I'm saying Battlestar Galactica, like when I hate his name, but when I watch him on screen, I'm like, I gotta see this actor in something else. When I watch him on screen, I'm just like, I am transfixed. What else do you do? You know?
Yeah. I think that's also the mystique of the show. But yeah, they don't give a lot about the flag smashers. What do you think, y'all? I don't.
I'm not threatened by them like whatsoever. Like, I know that they have like the super serum in
powers.
them, but like I still like, even me after seeing you see like that you have like super strength, I'm still not like, oh my god, it's the flag smashers. Like,
Right.
like,
The
I'm
name.
not
I mean,
scared of
who
them.
the hell's in
Like,
it?
yeah,
Oh my
like
god,
now-
it's the flag smashers.
Because think about it. Like when the flag smashers, when you see them come on screen, you're just like, oh, it's the flag smashers. But when Zemo by himself comes on the screen, who has nothing, you're like, oh,
Presence.
Zemo's coming. Like
Presence,
Zemo is here. That is bad. And
That's
he is
a really
right
good jacket.
That jacket is flying.
Who turns out to be rich,
Nice.
first of all. And
I am
thought
a
that
baron.
was funny
Right,
because,
which is
like,
crazy.
We were looking on Twitter after the episode, and then they were like, so Zemo is just out here flaunting his wealth in front of broke Avengers. Like,
Yes.
Sam couldn't get a bank loan, by the way, and Bucky has no furniture in his house, so it's just like you just happen to be rich, and just flaunting it.
Right.
So,
and that kind of goes to the back to the first episode when they were like, "Oh, you're a superhero." He was in jail for a little bit of time, right, in Civil War. And then he's fighting in Infinity War. Blip, he's disappeared, comes back in Endgame, saves the world, and has nothing to show for it. Here's this guy who's in prison since Civil War and has a flying Alfred, okay, who's like, oh, it's good to have you back, sir. And I'm like, my goodness, the disproportion in wealth is like astronomical. Like, he was just seeing cars, hey, they're beautiful, and just takes a car. Like, I'm like, what is happening? One thing I didn't know, I do like we got a little bit more of Zemo, but this Zemo definitely feels different than the Civil War Zemo, like completely different. What do you guys think?
What I want to know is, did he blip away?
I don't think
so.
I don't think so.
Because I was like, wouldn't it be something if like, okay, so he's in jail like since Civil War, but like, what if he blipped away and then he came back and he's still in jail? Like, so Dwayne was talking about that. It was like, does he reserve his sentence because of the 5 years?
Right.
Or is
I think we talked about that last week.
away?
That's what we were saying last week. Yeah.
Yes, we were saying last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just like, what if you're still in? Like, did he blip away? I don't know.
I don't think he
I don't think
did.
he would have said something if he did. I think
they would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
So we there's a new, which I loved how this episode did start off with this commercial of this global repatriation council. Although I cursed when they had the commercial and like, we're going to get things to the way they were. And they have the black man and the white man do this like hug. And I was like, get the F out of here. Okay? That's not the way it was.
It's always those companies and those commercials that the most corrupt got problems. Like trying to change the world, but underneath they got all these skeletons in their closet. I don't trust it.
Right.
I never trust them.
Right. Which it's something I do agree with. The flags. I hate their names. The flag smashers.
Flag smashers.
Oh gosh, they need.
Would it be better if it was like smashing flags? I think it would be better. Well,
they don't even touch flags. Also,
flags.
Yeah. What if they actually like went around doing what they was gonna do? Oh my God, it's the flag smashers and they smashed the flag. Would it be more intimidating?
Like rip it apart or something.
Break the metal apart.
I don't see them as villains. More just like sad, because it's like I get like they just want a better world, like the government's probably oppressing them or whatever. So I'm like, you guys aren't really scary. You're just kind of sad.
Yeah.
But then she killed people, and I was like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When she did that, I was like, what the dude was in the car. He was like,
you are tripping.
when you start doing this shit, what did I miss?
Right. When did this bubble come out?
Like, man, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. And
I'm like this. You got your food. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Go.
Like,
go.
Now you guys are terrorists. Now you're terrorists.
Confirmed.
Now,
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Confirmed. And so it's like, I feel like that was a missed opportunity in regards to the show, because it was kind of cool she did it, but again, I still don't care about her. I don't care about her, what she's doing. You didn't give me enough where this villain did a bad thing and you're either excited or you're like, oh man, this is going to be bad for our heroes. No, you don't feel that at all for them. And they make dumb decisions. Like in the last episode when Homie's like, yeah, I'm just going to let you guys shoot me up. Like,
right. I was like, what?
I mean, you're a super soldier, sir.
Right. He just went in there and just took the bullets. Like, what is your... Are you supposed to be a villain? You're not going to fight back.
Swing that bitch at the door and the car.
I was like, done something before.
It was so lame. I thought he was gonna fight him or something. Like he just took it. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, shit. And you know what? They're super soldiers. So we saw Bucky run fast. Can't y'all run fast? Or is it a little different? Right? Because he could have just do that shit. Ran to the plane while it's taking off.
Also true.
And jump, because she jumped and fucked Red Wing up. Why can't he jump and hang on a propeller or some shit?
Right.
Like I don't know.
He jumped from a plane. Yeah. You could jump to a plane. I would imagine.
I don't know. Hey,
that's why it's threatening to me. Like you don't look physically threatening, and then you don't make smart decisions. So like I'm not scared like at all. Like. Yeah, Battlestar could probably take it. I don't know.
Right.
Speaking of which, I liked that first scene that they showed in the beginning, though. I really did. I really loved it.
The commercial?
When they hopped out the van? No, yeah, after the commercial, when they hopped out the van, because it just showed you like the difference between the commercial and what they're actually doing. Hopped out that they were on some drawing guns. We hopping in, they ain't going nowhere. It wasn't like, hey,
no kumbaya.
No. What did you guys think of Johnny Walker's newfound aggression?
Yeah.
I mean, but hold on, Christine. Hold on. Y'all, let me ask y'all. Would y'all, like, if somebody spit in your face, I think you would have the same energy too, though.
Oh, no, I would have different energy. I'd punch that man in the face. You losing your head. You just spit in my face. But I'm saying for him, he was a lame in the last one. He's like, just work with us. And then I'm talking about the speech before the guy, he was like, don't give them no time. We go in there, we go hard. We don't give them time to, what did he say, delete or whatever. And I was like, okay, this approach is different than the last one. He's like, please work with this.
I think he's gonna get like a super like power trip, like his head is gonna get so big. Like, is this when he said, do you know who I am? That's what that got me off. Like, okay, I get like wanting to punch the man for spitting you in the face, but he used that line like, you know who I am? Like, I'm Captain America. I'm like, okay, buddy, relax.
You're not the real one.
You're not even the real one. You're version 2. Shut the fuck up. Like, relax.
No one likes him anyway.
Was like, I know who you are and I don't care. He said it in English so that he would understand.
I was like, so you
no misunderstanding.
Just so that you understand what I'm saying to you. I'm saying that I know exactly who you are and I don't care.
That's disrespectful on another level. That's in English. Well, yo, it was funny though. We was like, hey, Lamar. Hey, what he said?
Translate.
What the fuck?
Yeah, which I thought was weird. Yeah, I didn't like that he snapped at him. But then also it's like, oh, Lamar speaks Battlestar Galactica speaks another language. I was like, okay,
okay, yeah,
you know, I like it. And then
that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think great value. Captain America definitely is gonna go on a power trip though, like for sure.
I think that he's gonna go on a power trip. He's gonna get madder and madder the more people are disrespecting him and the new cap and stuff, and it's gonna get to his head. And I think that's why Battlestar is there, because it seems like Battlestar is a voice of reason for him. Like, hey, your calm head, you know, don't do nothing too crazy. Like he's like his good side on his shoulder right now. But I feel like that's gonna go away later in the series, and I feel like he might get some super serum stuff from Power Broker. That's what I feel like. And then
I think that
and he's gonna be like, oh well, now I can actually do more stuff.
And then it gets worse. Yeah,
because I have a serum. Like I feel like that's gonna happen.
I don't think that Battlestar Galactica will be stopping him. My thing is, like, I think it seems like they have one of those friendships where Battlestar is going to be watching, right, what he's doing and seeing what he's doing, and he may throw like a little line out there like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And if the guy's like, yes, this is what we're going to do, he's going to ride with him and still do this stuff with him, even though he internally feels different.
That's
and I don't think that he's gonna be like, hey, you need to calm down. I don't think he's gonna like try to shake him out of the mistakes he's making. So I think he's definitely gonna fall off the edge. And like I said, he just reminds me of like those jocks in school where like when at the end of the last episode when he's like, when Sam says, hey, it's probably best we don't work together because we are because of our past, right? We can't work with you, right? Because it doesn't look good for you. It's not a good look for you. I'm trying to help you out. And he's like, well, then stay out of my way. And I was like, get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Sir? I don't like him.
Yeah.
He do
I was like, we already don't like you. Don't say that to me.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You had a fighting chance when you were begging. But now.
So let's not forget.
Yeah, I said, boy, don't forget. You're talking to the Winter Soldier.
I was like,
he might be the Fall Soldier. But he still whipped that ass.
Right. No, he's the Summer Soldier. He cut off the
Summer Soldier. I cut his hair off. He's the Summer Soldier for the summer. He still whooped that ass. Watch out.
I'm like, don't make me pull out this arm, okay?
Right.
Because he said, let's take that shield. He was with it. He had the energy.
Right.
I'm going to take that shield.
Oh, he is ready. All he needs, if Sam says, okay, let's do it, Bucky is ready. He is ready, okay?
Yeah,
I was with it, though, after he said that sentence, because I was like, yeah, he just wants to do the best he can, but then now I'm just like, all right, forget that.
Yeah, I did feel him at the beginning of that second episode. I was like, oh, and then they had that little COVID kiss and they did a little thing with their hands with his wife. Right. I was like, okay. I'm like, but he definitely has a temper. He has a temper.
Yeah. Yes. And then when he said, like you said, Crystal, when he said, do you know who I am? I rolled my eyes. I was like,
like, boy.
Elaine, that's who you are. Elaine.
Right.
I was like a fake? Is that what you mean? A fake?
Captain America and over there?
Yeah.
Yes, I know who you are.
Right? So, going into, they break Zemo out, right?
That was a fun scene.
It was. Yeah, I think it was a very well executed, like, production cinematic like as he's telling. I love when people don't do the norm, because he was telling him the plan, right? But we are seeing the plan actually happen. To where he shows up and says like, whoa, no, you're what did you do?
Yeah.
I just love that Bucky was like, so hypothetically, right? Like if I said that,
Sam is the audience. He's like, so why are you so calm about this?
Yeah, like, once he said it, I was like, Bucky
unusual.
Right. I was like, Bucky already did this. What you mean hypothetically? Nah, you did that. So when I saw him walking, I was like, yep, there it is.
That's so
let's talk about when he was on his Hannibal Lecter shit. As soon as Bucky walked through the door, all you hear, he started rusted, longed, 7. I was like, damn, it's on sight.
Because I told the way, and I was like, when the next episode comes, I was like, Zemo is going to test him as Winter Soldier. Okay, but then too in the same room, he's definitely going to do it. And then as soon as he saw him, it was like on site. It was like long, rusted, 17. Try to see if it works. Yeah, and I still think that it could be a chance of him like going back to that point, because even in like that club scene when he was fighting and stuff, and like he was like messing up everybody, and people knew him as a Winter Soldier, so he was over there messing them up anyway. And then Zemo told Sam, he was like, oh yeah, see, it didn't take that much for him to
go back.
So that's why for this whole time, Zemo's like, yeah, he could be Winter Soldier at any point during this thing. So,
I think it was like to show like more of the battle of that, you know, he goes through on a daily basis, because I think to a certain level he enjoyed being who he was, and now he's ostracized, and then he even still had some level of, you know, action when he was rolling with Captain America, because even though he was like, hey, he was bad guy for like what 70 years or so, or like for a bunch of years, and then you know, he's chilling in Wakanda for a little bit, and then he's come out fighting. He was fighting for good or fighting for bad. Now he's not fighting at all. And I think just having that opportunity to just flex those muscles again were what he was looking for. My thing with Zemo, like, okay, Zemo's manipulating the situation, obviously, right? The way that he said what he said to Sam was to manipulate their situation. He doesn't want them to be too comfortable, right? He's definitely got something else up his sleeve. I think they're too loose on him, bruh. They're way too loose on him, because the way he killed that doctor, okay, and then left.
Yes.
Bruh, hey, he did. Look, when he went to his car right before he got his, I don't know who the fuck mask that is, by the way. Is it his ancestors? Mask, or it looked like it was his thief.
That is a good question.
He looked like a thief mask, and he looked like he held that bitch like, you like, oh my god, like
right. He rubbed it. He did rub it. Like it was
a
like
little sensual the way he rubbed it too.
Well, I was gonna sentimental.
I would have been like, what the fuck you got back there? The fuck you
Right,
what you got back there, dog?
What the fuck? What's in that bag, real quick?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
right. That was funny as shit. But no, he ran away. So remember that scene where they had shot at and he just ran? I thought they lost him right then. I was like, yo, y'all just...
I was like, man, gone.
Yeah, he did. But then he came back.
Like,
but I think it was more so of to get out of here at this level. I don't think he came back because he wanted them. I came back because he needed them, because they're wanted, right? Because they all people think that they killed that chick, which it wasn't them. Somebody else shot into that room.
I think Sharon might have shot her, because it was.
That's what you think?
Sharon, because she had the little command. Sure. She got some power too.
She does have something going on.
Yeah, I was like, when she introduced herself, I was like, that's Sharon Carter, because they were at the club and then she kind of like put her hoodie up. I was like, that has to be Sharon. That has to be her. She came out and was like, hey guys, I'm here because you motherfuckers didn't put a good word for me.
Yeah.
It was like, she got some vendetta, and she's rich too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
She's rich now.
And I think Sharon.
Do you want to come back? Why do you want to come back? You live in a mansion over here.
Yeah, Sharon's doing something shady, because like after their whole fight scene at the ship docks or whatever like that, there was a car already waiting for her.
Yeah.
There was a car just sitting there, and she was just like, oh yeah, we got a big problem now that like the dude is dead. So like I'm like, are you Power Broker? Are you working for Power Broker? Is Power Broker Thunderbolt Ross and you're working for him? Like what's going on here? Like you know something shady that you're not telling them.
Definitely, right. She's definitely. Because they could have took her with her. She said, nah, I'm going to go somewhere.
Right, she's like, this was a nice reunion. Close the car. I was like, no, I want more of you. I want
she was
one.
Fucking them
Karana,
up too.
Karana, yes.
She was on her thing.
With her pole, when she got that pole and she was just bang, bang. I was like, these guys are dead.
Oh, and then she threw it on her like chest.
Yes,
I was
I was like, when did Disney get this dark? I don't remember them being this dark in the movies. They brutally beating ass. Okay,
they are murdering.
What about that scientist though? That scientist. He was very
okay.
Dr.
What is
Nagelbaum?
his age? Because he
don't
looks
know.
weathered, but he looks young, you know, but weathered.
He did dust away. He
did dust away. But
he did say that.
Yeah.
For and then worked on a serum.
And the way he mentioned how they were using Isaiah's blood.
Oh, that hit hard.
Yeah, that was sad.
I was like,
here we
go.
The
way he was talking about it didn't even seem like Isaiah was human. He was like, I manipulated the serum to where there's no abnormalities. I'm like, bro, like.
And then he said, not my pig, not my farm. And I was just like,
I was like.
So that kind of goes into the comic book, right? Because in the comic book, the Isaiah Walker series that happened, it was a limited edition. There was 7 issues. It was called Truth, Red, White, and Black. And so the for those, if you are going to plan on, and this is to the viewers because I already talked to them, they said that they are not going to read it probably anytime soon. But viewers, if you're going to read the series, then kind of maybe mute for the next couple of minutes, because and I finished it. It's a 7 episode, 7 issue arc. And it is so heartbreaking because he's got, long story short, he's with a platoon, right? He's got a wife that has a baby on the way and he's going off to war. You kind of follow him and like this other group of people that are in this, because I think it was World War II because they were fighting the Nazis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole league of black soldiers, and the Dr. Reisman, I believe was his name. He came and he was like, hey, I want to collect some of your black soldiers so that way I can, use the serum on them and try to test them and try to work it out. So then he chooses like groups of them, like I think maybe hundreds of them, right? The rest, the rest of the platoon and the rest of the teams and all that stuff, they bombed and killed all the other black soldiers, a bunch of the other white soldiers that were there, any of the other officers, and they took this select group of black soldiers. And they were experimenting on them for years. They told the family members that all of them died. So a lot of these family members didn't even know their people were still alive. One of the guys, his father, out of the sadness, killed his wife and then killed himself, right?
Damn, what?
Yes. One of them, the wife had a baby, but it was just her because it was, the three of them. And then now she thinks her husband's dead, which is Isaiah Walker's, or is Isaiah Bradley, wife. Right. She ends up having a baby and she's doing it by herself. But when they sent the body parts out, when she opened, she's like, I demand to see the grave and to see the body. They had a white leg in there. So she's like going to the military, like, when did my husband become a white man? Tell me like when my husband became a white man. And so they're giving her the runaround and stuff like that. And she's, living her life. And meanwhile, this is being narrated and she's telling the story to somebody, but you don't know who she's telling it to. So then that like it's what's left, like everybody else from that platoon. There was like hundreds, I think, that they took. Everybody else from the testing, sometimes they rejected. They blew up from the serum because it was too much of the serum. Some of them are severely deformed and got sick and died like right after. Only 5, I think, were left. Isaiah and 3 other friends. So they were, they were sending them on secret missions, Nazi missions and things like that. And then at the same time, Captain America, who also has the serum, is getting a lot of praise, right? He's the one that's being shown and praised and worshipped and things like that. Whereas Isaiah Bradley and his team, they're being completely like, their leaders are like yelling at them. They're yelling, obscenities, harassing them, bullying them, saying that you're scum. They also called them pigs in a farm. And when that line came, I was like, okay, that's, cool callback, but I hate you. There's like a lot of things that they were badly treated. So when one of them voiced how he was upset with how they're the shadow crew, right? That's cleaning up a lot of places. So they were going to places that Captain America either couldn't or wouldn't, right? They're sending this crew to do, but Captain America's getting all the praise. He voiced his concern. He gets into a fight with one of the white officers, and he accidentally ends up killing one of the other black officers that survived, one of the 5. And then that officer, the white officer, shot him in the head. So he's dead too. Now, everyone else is dead except for Isaiah Bradley. He's who is left. I'm going to not talk about the rest of the time he was away. But at the end of the story, which was heartbreaking, it turns out he suffered so much brain damage because of the serum that his wife was saying that he's like a child. It's like talking to a child. So when you talk to him, they had like puzzles on the floor in the room that he's in, that they have him in the back. And it's not like he's a regular human adult being. And you have Captain America, who through that time, he had suspended animation, but he's fit. He visited Isaiah and he's like shaking his hand and taking a picture. And I was just heartbroken. Like, this guy did so much work, didn't get praised, was bashed, was because of his race, because of who he was never praised, never got any of the accolades. And yet he is the one who's also stuck with the bad side effects of having this disease. And I was like, y'all wrote this story about this black Captain America, and this is the saddest ish I've ever read. Like, and this is where I was saying, I wish that it ended better. Like, you couldn't have had him just like, okay, he just lived in secret like they do on the show. Instead, you have him be someone that mentally deteriorated. Like, I was like, what the heck?
That's heartbreaking. Like, damn.
Yeah. I saw, like, there was nothing there that was happy. Like, nothing. Tragic.
Yeah, it was very, very, very tragic. So when they mentioned Isaiah Bradley, and how they talked about him. That's how they treated him in the comic book. He was not a person. He was just a vessel that was used for this. There was even a part where somebody said, hey, what if we were to take his blood and inject it into our soldiers so that way we can have it, because they lost the rest of the serum, and they were like, no, I don't want to taint my blood with his beast blood. And I was like, y'all are tripping.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But when they said that in the show, I was like, when they would, and he alluded to Bradley, I was like, damn. Like, they still mess with. No wonder he was mad when they pulled up the second episode.
And that's why I was feeling Sam when he was like, man, maybe I should have destroyed the shield then. Because it's just like, it's just so much, like, in his eyes. Yeah, it's just so much, with the history of the shield, it's just so much suffering, like with this shield. Like, just get rid of it altogether.
Zemo was like, I agree with you.
Yeah. And like to Bucky, he's like, oh, well, it has history to me too. Because, Cap and stuff like that. But but look at what a whole bunch of people have suffered for this thing. Like, so get rid of it. Like, that's what we should do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel you. Let it go.
Yeah.
To lighten the mood, I enjoyed Zemo's dancing. That was like, when he was in the club and he was like that little cringe ass.
Is that the universal, like, I can't dance? Like, let's just act like
I was like,
he didn't know what to do. He was like, should I punch or should I go down? Up, down.
I was like, they gave us just enough to make some gifts out of it. I'm like, yo, that's me right there.
That was funny. I did like seeing Sharon, like you were saying. I want one Harana. I know it's Hurricanrana, but I want one. I call it Harana. I love that move. That's my favorite fighting move. If before I die, I want to learn how to do that move, and that's the same one that Scarlett Johansson does in every either movie. Well, she's not in no shows, but every movie she's had as. Because her name is Scarlett Johansson and the other chick is Scarlet Witch, so I keep mixing them up. But you know who I'm talking about. She does that where she goes, wraps the legs on the head, and either pulls him down, or when Winter Soldier, she wrapped her legs, got on, and was just like banging him in the head. I want to do that move to somebody before I die.
All right, Christine shows violence.
Right.
I'm little, but I'm ferocious.
But we can't forget about the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Io came.
Right.
Yes. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, yes.
I said, oh, shit.
Bad. I was like,
yes.
I was not that.
That's how you do a damn cameo, Paul Bettany.
Yes.
You talking about something. He pissed me off when he was like, we're going to have a big cameo. That never happened. It was him. He was the cameo. And I'm like, the way the Winter Soldier gave us, we didn't even know. It just came out of nowhere.
Right. Because when he was following the beads, I was like, my first thought was, oh, did Zemo leave these behind? And he realized that Zemo was trying to leave like a trail for somebody to follow. But then when he said, did he say, I thought it's about time or something like that? Like he knew that they were following for a while. And he turned around. That's the same woman, Io. She's the one from Civil War that said, moved or you will be moved, chick.
She didn't even say hello, nothing. That's why I love her, because it's always an on-site thing. It's like, yeah, I'm here for Zemo. Like,
said, bring me Zemo. I'm here for Zemo. Like, Sam was like, the Wakandans didn't forget.
Right.
They killed King T'Chaka.
Yeah,
and if they never killed King T'Chaka, it'll be different for, the whole, like Black Panther movie. It would have been totally different.
Yeah, that's also true. Very, very true. So, yeah, it's like, I'm happy to see her. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the next episode. I think there's gonna be a scuffle in the alleyway for sure.
I just know. Wow, Krista is so lucky. This is her freeze face. She said her power went out.
Really?
Oh wow.
Oh dear.
Damn.
I thought she was really liking what we were saying.
It froze on a nice face though.
It did.
It froze on a smile.
It did. I was like, that's that Zoom call when you need to fake him out.
Right. I thought she was still here.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, we're towards the end soon. We're wrapping up. But also thank you again to Krista for joining us.
Yeah.
And move everybody around here really quick. Let me just. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're back.
Okay, there
you're
we go.
muted.
We can't hear you though. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Okay.
I think she'll come back.
Yeah, she'll come back. But yeah, what else happened in that episode?
I think we covered everything.
We got everything, right? Everything.
Yeah.
Zemo break, prison break. Them flying to Madripoor. Madripoor looks amazing, by the way. I love the way Madripoor looks.
I like the feel.
Yeah, and then Ayo coming at the end. Shannon Carter's being treacherous. What else? The Wakanda, White Panther in Wakanda. It was a lot that episode. It gave us absolutely everything we could want. We even got a little bit of John Walker Battlestar Galactica in the beginning, so they got a lot done in that episode.
We didn't even see him at all. That would have been cool too.
Honestly,
shield,
I agree.
I like the shield. The only reason I get excited when I see John Walker is because that beautiful ass Captain America shield.
Right, okay, so if you get that shield to Sam, would you care?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I would like to see Battlestar at least.
At least Battlestar.
Would you care to see John?
Nah, I wouldn't care to see John.
Yeah, we don't care about John.
I cared about him a little bit second episode in the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, he might, and I thought they was gonna do it that way, like, he's not trying to be necessarily bad, but yeah, like the government is trying to, like, you're working for the government, yeah, I thought it was gonna be like that, where like, I'm just trying to be the best Cap, I'm just trying to help, and the government's making me do this, and he gets pushed over the edge because of his government. I thought they was gonna play that angle. I was gonna be like, it would have been really fire if he would have been like neutral as well.
Right. I feel like they didn't execute him well. Like, he had that moment. And this one I could say is possibly because of COVID, because they were still writing it last year. They're still trying to develop and film and try to film during COVID. So I understand that's why there's 6 episodes. But this series, I mean, we have enough meat that I'm not upset that we're not getting a lot of John Walker and the Flag Smashers. But they definitely could use a lot more depth to their characters and make us care about them. But we're getting so much good stuff from the other characters that I'm like, okay, fine, this is forgivable. But and I get that it's because of COVID, because they only have
6 episodes.
Yeah, 6. We're halfway through. We're halfway through the series.
But yeah, we're halfway through, but it feels like a lot. Like, they got a lot done.
It feels like a lot.
It feels fulfilling. I was fulfilled. Like, I was like, and I think if this is like 50-something minutes, quote unquote, then what are the other episodes going to be? Hour and a half from now? 2 hours? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be that long.
I think they said the range was gonna be 40 to 50.
Okay.
For the series.
They're not gonna make a movie if they're gonna make it 2 hours.
I mean, it's a show. I mean, usually some shows come like the series that they had for Marvel on Netflix. They were like hour long, like legit hour long, and they had like 13, 12 episodes.
And they were so long. They were so long. So much would happen in the episodes. Like Daredevil was crazy, which, can we get that back, please? Daredevil was such a good show.
I would love Daredevil back.
Punisher again.
I didn't even get to watch Punisher, because when it came out and they're like, oh yeah, all these things are shutting down, I was like, all right, well, okay.
It was like, we don't know if he's gonna come back. I was like, well. But no, when he was in Daredevil, he was excellent. When Punisher was in there, I loved that prison scene. I was like, Lord.
Oh, the prison! Yeah, that prison scene was crazy.
Wild. I was like, oh, hold up.
I would love it.
Crazy. Because at first, when you see the hospital scene, when you first when the guy was like, "Oh, you can't help me. There's nothing you could do," and the chick was like, "No, I can help you." And then when you see that shotgun and he's just walking through, this is a freaking hospital. He's like, "I do not give no S."
Hair.
And when shoot, I was like, "Oh, this guy, whoever he is, he's fierce with that prison scene."
Brutal.
That prison scene is.
I'm ready. I think we're gonna see stuff like that brutality in Falcon and Winter Soldier, because like the way that Sharon was fighting. It was good. I was like, I'm getting that Winter Soldier feel.
Yeah.
I was getting that Winter Soldier feel.
The way they saved to be under PG-13 is no blood. There's you don't see any blood. Because that impaling, there should be. I could have sworn
I saw some blood. I could have sworn it was maybe really dark,
minimal, but it's not like clearly.
He threw that pole. I'm like, you ain't gonna use that arm ever again. I think he threw with a good hand too.
Yeah.
I don't think Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm really excited.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Krista. Thank you so much for coming through.
It was for XLR messing up.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. I think that everything is going to be good. This episode was better than last episode, so that means that it's not going to go on a downward trail, because the first episode was awesome to me. Second episode was kind of in a lot of places. Yeah. But this one, it went back up again. So I'm excited for the trajectory that it...
Of this, yes.
It seems to be going. But yes, I do one thing I will ask, because it is a little painful. It's becoming painful.
What?
Bucky's hair. I like, it was passable a lot of the time, and I was making the jokes and stuff like that, but it is getting, when he was in the club and he was like doing stuff, I was like, oh, but the hair, you know, it takes away.
He's a different person, Christine.
He can't put a ponytail? Does he have to cut his hair?
Ponytail, a man.
Yes.
Yeah, so he can pull it out when he's ready. Pull it out, put the mask on.
Oh Lord, no, Christine. The mask is, for what we know, gone.
Yes, we can take them away a mask, but like the hair is making me.
Maybe he can slick it back some way or something. Maybe he can slick it back.
That's what I'm saying. He could slick it back. Like, he could have the hair like length that he has right now, but he could like put some gel in it. Some
gel. He definitely does the I woke up like this look.
Like that. Yeah. And then that way he's like a clean cut, like new man. But why does it have to be the cut that he has right now?
Yeah,
because he's disgruntled. Like he's disgruntled. He doesn't know. He's still trying to figure his life out with Nakajima. But we never talked about that. He was about to kill Zemo for taking Steve's book like that.
That was Steve's book. Yeah, I was like, when did he even take it? I was like, when did he?
I'm like, I think Cap was like, here's my parting gifts, like Jesus. You get the shield, Sam, and then you get my notebook.
Oh no, I mean Sam, Zemo. When did Zemo swipe the book?
I don't know when he swiped it. That's why I was like, I was clean. We never even see him took it. I don't know.
Might just be a masterpiece.
Oh, also that book that he was reading, Machiavelli. If you know anything about Machiavelli is like basically just like Jazz said, break a few eggs to make an omelet. So basically sacrificing innocent people to get a good ending. And I wouldn't let him read no damn book on no Machiavelli in jail.
He was already doing Machiavelli with what he was doing with in Civil War. That was all Machiavelli. Yeah,
just like the two prisoners that they, he's gonna kill you tonight in that little note.
The note.
That was some Machiavelli stuff right there. Like using them to break out. They might kill each other in that German jail. I don't know.
I think they died. I think
they might have killed each other. He might have stabbed him in the eye with a chess piece.
Right.
The spork spooned his eye out.
Yes, sir.
But like I said, I'm really excited. Do you have any theories? We'll say that and then we'll close out. But do you have any theories outside of like anything outside of, we think that John's going to take the super soldier serum and
that's
he's going to be angry man, Angry
Cap.
Yeah, don't care about him.
The only one is like with Sharon. Like, I don't know if she is the power broker because we don't know if power brokers are he or she.
We don't
know.
We just know he's watching. He's pretty quick
they're
too.
watching, and I just find it very weird how there's already a car waiting for her, and then somebody waiting to drive her away. So I'm like, are you power broker? And you were upset that because when the dude got shot, that was working on the serums and stuff, and that made them. When he got shot and killed, she was like, oh, what did you do? Like as if like he was an important piece to whatever she was trying to do. So I'm like, so are you power broker or are you working for him? Or are you working for Thunderbolt Ross? Because that he has the Thunderbolts. So maybe she might be working with him. So it's like she's working for somebody, but like, who is it? Is my question.
Right.
Oh, I just thought of a great idea.
Right.
Like, I know, like she might be like Sharon might be working for Thunderbolt Ross, like you said, but the power broker, it's like, okay, if she's not the power broker, maybe Thunderbolt is, but maybe if what is his name? Zola. You remember Zola from from Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
What if he's the power broker? Would it be crazy if Zola was the power broker? Like when they destroyed that base in Winter Soldier 2, of him, like him still being alive because he was a digital construct. He wasn't a human being. And because
I remember who you're talking about. Yes.
And remember when Shelby died? As soon as she died, right? That's when the bounty went off for them. And I was like, that's insanely quick.
That was hella quick.
It was very
quick.
And it was like, so somebody shot through the glass and then there was text going everywhere. And I was like, okay, that was crazy quick because wasn't the guard already like gone or they killed the guard right away? Oh no, the guard was like,
the guard right away.
No, because the guard was there. So the guard was like about to kill them and they killed the guard. But I mean, he was a witness.
See, that makes me point to Sharon being power broker as well because she was there.
Yeah, she could. Somebody took her out on purpose.
She could have shot her, and then told everybody like in a phone text message, "Hey, go."
But then why do that? Because it was I wonder why you would do that. Because if you're gonna help these guys anyways, right? You're gonna help them get to where they're gonna get to. nobody would have known because she was in a private room anyway. She had one guard. If she had killed Shelby and that guard, the Zemo and them aren't going to tell, hey, the lady in there just died. They would have just left, and it would have been nobody would have known if the text didn't go out.
Or maybe she would have done that so that they could get off the trail of finding out who's making, the serum and all that stuff.
Maybe it's interesting because we don't know who the sniper is or whoever shot Shelby because they didn't.
Still think it's Sharon, but
we don't know how the text got out so quickly.
Super quickly, yes.
Yeah, so there's a couple loose ends in Metropore,
Yeah.
Sharon is all of a sudden insanely rich now. She can't meet her family, but she has a penthouse suite in Hightown, I think. Hightown. Yeah, and it's just there's just a lot of cool questions right there,
Is Metropore a real place?
Metropore is supposed to be like Singapore in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I heard that it's on the back of a dragon or something.
Or something like that. Something crazy.
It's on the back of a dragon, and it's it's not all bad, but it's they have a high town and a low town, and the lows are really bad and the highs are really good. And people don't really care what you do there, whether it be legal or not, as long as you have money. So
yeah. The high town is white collar crime, and it's what you do, whatever you do down there in Little Town,
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm interested to see. I have no other theories outside of those questions. I have questions.
Yeah.
I have no other theories outside of what we've already talked about. But yes, definitely check us out next week. It's going to be on a Sunday because the guest that's doing it's going to be on a Sunday. We'll be seeing Chris Tate from Tate's Take. He'll be our guest for next week.
Cool.
And then after that, we have Jock. He'll be coming for episode 5 that following Monday. And then our finale will be with Soldier Knows Best, a.k.a. Mark. So definitely check out these channels. You'll see the stuff on the socials. But this has been a really cool series and incorporating guests and having these chats and things like that. And I'm excited. Oh, we didn't even mention it. Charlie wasn't able to make it today. He was out of town. But he should be involved next week when we have it. So you'll see him then and throughout the week, of course, because we all exist here on YouTube all the time. But yes, definitely make sure you check them out. Go ahead and say where they can find you guys, Jazz.
Oh, Jazzy Gums on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Dwayne
King with a Y instead of an I, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere.
Okay, you can find me, iChristine, everywhere. And on YouTube, and then also iChristine Games also on YouTube. But yes, that's everything. We're out.
We're out, please.
Deuces.